Do, 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 do. Hey, what's... Oh. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are we all? How are we all doing? Hey, Carl, what's happening? Bit late, mate. Yeah, we were talking on Brady's live, and then literally it was just like 1:30. I'm not even ready for bed because obviously I didn't get up till about 3:30, so I was a bit tired, mate. So obviously now I'm wide awake, yeah. So I'm gonna just do about an hour and a half on here, and then I'll probably get my head down. But so yeah, man. So it's all good. Um, hey, Tom on a mission. What's going on, buddy? NHT, what's happening? Melissa, Carl, Darren, Lee Parker, what's going on, guys? How is everyone? Christopher Cooper, what's happening? Bird Files, Mitch, Lion 39, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, what's going on? Oh. Hey, caveman. When did you chop the beard off? Earlier on today, yesterday. Hey, what's happening, guys? What's happening, caveman? So yeah, man. Hey, hey, what do you say? Fancy seeing you all here, eh? Fancy seeing you all, huh? Everyone message me. Poor Becca. Um, yeah. Hey, James, what's going on? Hope you're good. The mole man, what's happening, mate? Long time no speak. Mr. Freelander Killer. It's nice to see your face. Oh, cheers, mate. Very much appreciated. Oh, so what's everyone up to? What's everyone been up to? How is everyone? Um, Hi, Rapid. Oh, Rapid Man's in. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Hey, Urbex North Wales, what's happening, buddy? Hope you're good, mom. Urbex couple, how you doing? I never know which one it is, so it's just Urbex couple. Yeah, Miss Boo. Who's Miss Boo? I see that everywhere and I never know who it is. Hey, Melissa, never stops. I'm doing good, man. Sweet. You've been exploring lately, buddy? Oh, nice, Nate. Nice, nice. Ah, Becky. Right, all right, Sam. I never know. I always see you live on TikTok, and then it's like, and I always see you like posting stuff on Instagram, and then when it comes on here, I'm like, not a clue. Like, History Hunter, how's it going, buddy? Dinkum, what's happening, my mom? Oh, hey,
Sorry, I just got and get some cheese.
some cheese.
Dogs know my best temporary
Adam
friend
Mark,
for about 5
Jesus
minutes.
Christ, how you doing, mom? Hey,
All right.
Adam Mark,
What?
I just want to
God, I haven't seen you in such a long time, man.
Mate, what I say, mate, it's like, do you know what I mean?
If anybody thinks we're being facetious, it's because we've just come off somebody else's live stream where we've been there for like 4 fucking hours, and now we're carrying on here. So
carry on, right? I just
punishment. That's all I'm going to say.
I do want to say a massive congratulations, right, to Adam Mark Explores for hitting 100k subscribers yesterday, right? Obviously, well, it's today, yesterday. Well, it's yesterday, right? But well done, mate. I remember taking you out, mate, when you had 50 subscribers, mate. 50, not even 100 subscribers, mate. So I just want to say, like, a massive congratulations on that, mate. And I wish you all the best, mate. I really hope to God you hit 1 million, mate. I really do, right? Because you're on a fucking mission now, pal. So, go for it, mate. Just fucking smash the fuck out of it. Do you know what I mean? So, well done, mate. Massive well done.
I'd like to congratulate him as well. And also, I'd like to congratulate Brady for being 28 subscribers away from whatever it was, 1800. And then he told us he was only 28 away, but we were so busy talking about fucking really positive, lovely, wonderful things, right? That we never even took any notice of the fact that Brady was there, right? And we never said, "Oh, come on, let's get the last 28 in." So he's probably still not quite got there because we were just talking our own shit, right? So we forgot about him, which was like typical, but. There, right? Not saying nothing, but I'm going to make up for it now because I'm going to say, right, you fucking motherfuckers, let's fucking get this 20. Oh, you douchebags, right? Let's fucking get the 28 subscribers and make him fucking happy because he must have mentioned it for a reason, right?
Oh yeah.
He's probably gone to bed now thinking, oh, they're fucking wankers. Well, he's probably listening actually, but. He's probably gone, oh, they didn't ever fucking even listen to me. They just ignored me. Right. But no, let's do it for him now that he's not there. So by the morning, he can literally, he can have a wet dream waking up in his bed. Yeah.
No, that's it. Pete, no worries, mate. I'll speak to you tomorrow at some point. I could make 28 new accounts. No, mate, please don't.
By the way, it's Urbex with Brady. Subscribe to him.
Exploring with Brady. Night, Taffy. Night, Carl.
What he said.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, right, and I would also like to congratulate Jess and Sam of the Jess and Sam Urbex channel.
Shut the fuck up, Matt.
Right, I would like to congratulate them of having more subscribers than me. Even though, like Taffy said, with his guy that he took out 50 subscribers, right? I remember taking them out when they had no subscribers, and I suggested to them they get their channel, and then they were like, and then they got their channel, and I helped them. I got them computer, told them how to video edit, fucking cameras, got them all, and look at them now. Now they got more subscribers than me. And they've told me to fuck off in no uncertain terms. Really, this one's for you, Jess and Sam. What is it called? Jess and Carl channel. The Carl and Sam channel.
Just shut the fuck up, Matt.
Right? Yeah. So this is for you. No. I mean, I'm really happy for them. They literally they've got a magic policy of putting adverts all over their videos. So of course they're beating me because I won't do that because I got principles. So you know, yeah, I mean, so of course I'm not going to do as well as they are because you know they literally have got this magic formula sorted out, you know, of like just adverts all over the fucking videos to the death. Yeah,
what's happening, man?
Mhm.
Oh, this is just
So
fucking comical.
I wish them congratulations in beating me because they have such high values that I, you know, yeah.
I think, right, if I ever hit 5K, maybe even 10K, right, I would be more than happy with that, yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But I think my first ever achievement was to hit a personal goal of 350. That was it. That's all I ever wanted was 350, right?
Mm.
So when I hit 350, I was like, oh my God, I'm smashing this. Oh, I want 500 now. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm just constantly chasing.
Mm.
But my numbers have been stuck for about a month now, maybe 6 weeks. I think they go up 10, down 10, up 10. It's a fucking nightmare. Shelley, how you doing? Glenn, it's creeps, mate. What's
You
happening?
know, I just think how much wouldn't it be much easier, Taffy, if I just filmed videos like Sam and Jess do? You know, just like drop my style and just like totally get fully up to the shoulder in the cow's arse of like of urbex and videos, right? If I just cut my videos down to a really small size and I just concentrate about slow motion
but the thing is, your
and all
videos,
that.
right, are well pronounced, right, for being well fucking long. Like 2 hours long, 2, 3, 4 hours long, whatever it is, yeah. But you're well known for that, right? And people go, fuck's sake, he's dropped another video. I'll have to watch that in 2 parts, right? Because people are like, you know, they're so used to you, or when you prem it, right? People literally sit there from the second you get it on right to the end. And they do sit there and they do watch it and they love it, like, you know.
So how come you can't suck my cock in real life then, but you will on here now, this like this,
What
right?
do you
I
mean,
mean, come
suck
on,
your ass, mate? I'll give you a rusty trombone, you cheeky bastard.
you know, come
No,
on, you could fucking.
fucking
But seriously though, folks, seriously, the formula is working for them. Loads of adverts. Just cut the video quite short and concise to make it something that somebody can watch in a small nugget.
That's where they're going
Yeah,
wrong. Look, right?
and I tell you what, I need to get. And I'm
What's
afraid you are not going to fit the bill. I'm afraid I need to get a smart looking bird and pretend. Well, yeah, well, no, because the thing is, it'd just be like a carbon copy of me, right? And let's face it, there's a lot more money in tits and arse than there is in fucking in gay old blokes. Yeah,
walk around right with this like tiny peach little arse right in my face, right? I'd want to eat it every 2 minutes, mate. It's not. I'm not trying to be disgusting or anything, but fucking hell, it's like, you know, what? How could you resist that? Like this tiny little petite little body, like people are going.
I did literally say you're going
cock, mate.
Yeah, I said you're going to do much better than me because you've got tits and arse. So that's all you got to do is worry about the tits and arse.
For some suggestions here, guys. If you've got like a size 10 figure
and it's come back to haunt me, innit?
A nice bum, I'm more than happy, mate. I've definitely got fucking boobs, mate. I'd fucking swear down. I need a training bra, mate. I
need to get a fit looking bird in my videos, man, and just fucking focus on walking right behind them and like shining the camera up you know. Yeah.
So everybody listen to Uncle Matt.
Yeah. I mean, hats off to Sam. She's very fit. Yeah. Yeah. So adverts and tits and arse, and yeah, this will accelerate your channel vastly. Yeah, and a television format, making it television format as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is. Yeah. It's crazy, like, because like you know, like I don't really sort of like keep up.
I didn't have a chance, really, did I? I never had a chance.
No.
Like, you know, this ugly fucking face and my sarcasm, my sarcasm continually through these 3-hour fucking videos.
Yeah, that's it.
No vag. I got no vag in the videos. and I won't put adverts all over my videos. What
What
fucking chance have I got? I'm never going to make it, am I?
No, that's it, mate. You fucked, mate. You were doomed from the beginning, mate. But as soon as Jess was on there, mate, what you should have done is shit in a cunt and then fuck the shit out of her.
Oh, God, you keep on that.
I
That's
know, mate,
getting
but
old now.
it's so funny. It's funny as fuck. It's fucking brutal. It is like, but it's so funny. I love it. Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
dear, dear.
And it is. I think it's fucking
If only,
hilarious.
if only fucking what's his name, Jack? Oh Christ, forgetting his name now.
Uncle Matt is not fucking kidding. He is being deadly serious.
I'm always serious, me. I'm never joking. I'm never sarcastic and ironic.
No, never.
What's his name now? Carr, Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr.
Oh,
Right?
Jimmy Carr is
That's
with so many.
if he only got 5 pence from every time you fucking told his joke about shitting up a cunt.
Oh no, he would be fucking millionaire by now, I reckon.
He'd be rich, yeah.
Oh mate, it's
He could
fucking
give up
hilarious.
doing stand up then. He wouldn't have to bother anymore.
That's why. Right, so as Mark just said, basically the more ads you've got on there, the more money they make off it, and that's why they've
Push them.
that's why. That's why I don't get any, because I get them in the beginning, and at the end I don't get any in the middle.
Well, I do that, but I've been told by all those that do it, it's a way to proceed because YouTube make more money from you. So of course they promote you, don't they? And this is like people say, "What? How do I make the algorithm like me more? How do I make the algorithm?" What you do is you make YouTube more money. Then you will get promoted more by YouTube. That's the algorithm.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go. That's where I've been.
The more money you make for your master, the more he will give you. But you have to make money for your master first. Yeah.
NHT, you're funny, man. But do you know what? Do you know what my downfall is? Right, of all my videos, it's not my editing. It's not my getting it out there. Right. It's my thumbnails because I don't do nothing with them, and that is my downfall. And that's my problem. So I do need to go back and I do need to sort it out, but I just don't because I'm a fucking idiot. But it's that's it. That's the only way. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't really take any pride in that, and I think that's where I've gone wrong. Do you know what I mean? Over the last 12 months or whatever, but. I've been concentrating that much on the videos itself, actually getting the content. I've sort of left everything else behind. So now I'm sort of I'm like, shit, I've got all this now. And it's and now I need to start concentrating then on my thumbnails or, whatever else, do you know what I mean, in between. So.
Well, amongst a number of ideas that Carl has given them in order to succeed, which is like the shock factor and the every thumbnail is like it's like the shock factor, trying to imply that there's something more exciting in your video than there actually is. Yeah. So I mean, it's actually quite pathetic. I mean, to see that, I yawn at it because a lot of people do it, including people I'm still friendly with. They do it, and it probably does work, but it's very sad. I find it quite sad to try and oversell your video with something that is not going to really pay off when the people watch the video. Because if you go, it means that there was something really shocking in that video. And if the shock factor is just some fucking little noise, like a creak of a door, or like, did you hear that? I swear I heard something. Really? And then the payoff is not as good as the fucking thumbnail.
Yeah.
Then you have a problem because your audience is eventually going to become numb to that, and they're going to go, "Oh, not another fucking
clickbait in a video." Right, to a degree, is good, but not over clickbait. So it's like, oh my god, I found a dead body when you didn't. You just found a fucking a sheep or a crow or something, right? That's not finding a dead body, but people are going, oh my god, look at that, So getting the title right for your video is good, but then your thumbnail has got to be just as good. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it's hard. You know, it's like, well, what am I going to type in here? It's like, shit, man. It's like, you
Yeah,
know, what
like
you do in it. It's hard.
they
You don't want to
they all died. They all disappeared. They never found the bodies. You know, like
and then all of a sudden you've got
what
15 bodies
happened
when you
to
put a
them? It's always like an open-ended. It's always an open-ended question mark. Like, what happened to them? What happened here? Where are they? What you're always asking a question because, of course, to answer the question, you have to watch the video. So it's like you know, by asking questions all the time, you're inviting people. They must watch the video. But the thing is, you're asking a question to
yeah.
something that isn't really that exciting in the video. It's like, you know, people get up and move. But you've
Like,
implied they disappeared and they were gone. They
well, this
disappeared
is
black hole. And it's like,
It's like
no, they just
a
fucking
lot of the
gone. People
paranormal stuff.
go,
I've
you
been
know?
doing a lot of paranormal, right?
Mm.
With Claire and Love, so Urban Paranormal TV and Oxford Finest Explorer, right? So I've been doing a lot with them, right? Which is fine, you know, and I absolutely love it, right? Because Claire has taught me so much, right, with the paranormal stuff, what I need to do, what I don't need to do, and you know, she's sort of like, you know, she said, you know, my editing's all right, you know, but the actual coming down to doing the paranormal, I have like really like been struggle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But I mean, you know, if you put like I'm not naming names and saying any people, but I mean if you put something like a haunted house that isn't the haunted house you go into, right? There's the first problem, right? So you're showing a really good downloaded picture that's from somewhere you're not, it's not the house you're going to, and then you have a demon that's like glowing with like energy coming off it, right? And then you have an arrow and it's like, you know, it attacked us, you know, and it's like, really? So well, that's not the house, that's not the creature that attacked you, you know. Did it actually attack you, or did you feel something touch your shoulder? So that's an attack, right? That's it, we're going with it. I've been attacked, you know. It's like, what? You know, and a lot of the time it's like fucking hype,
oh
you
yeah,
know. It's hype. It's just hype. It's
with the
not what
video,
actually goes on in the video. And I get so
that's it.
fucking disappointed. It makes me not want to watch. But hey, who am I to say what other people go
Well,
for or
that's it.
don't go for? You know, it's like, you know,
It's
they're obviously going for like new viewers that don't know the tricks that are being played, because it's like eventually it's going to wear thin. You know, I
oh
mean, it's like, oh, right. So I'm expecting to see a demon in this video. It's going to be like the one that was in the thumbnail. Didn't come, you know?
yeah. So like people are
Mm.
asking about my beard and that. Yeah, I shaved it off, mate, because it was doing me head in. It's been doing me head in for about 2 weeks solid, and then when I went into the mine on the weekend, yeah. Um, I literally, it was so stiff. It was like my head. And I was like, oh, I can't be dealing with this now. Do you know what I mean? So, like, the amount of crap that was in it, it was just like, so now I'm just like, right. So I've just shaved it all off. Like, so I might try it again. Like, so yeah, man. Roughneck Adventures, such as EWD and his other half EWF.
I'm not. No,
Can't
I'm not.
take it
I'm
back.
not. I'm not saying these people. You're
No,
saying
no,
these
I'm not. I'm
people.
just reading it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, no, it's you know, you're good friends with fighters with Dan.
yeah.
So
I was with Dan. I was with Dan a couple of nights ago. But the thing is, it's like you've got to be realistic in not pushing your audience too far in
yeah, yeah,
what they're expecting to get, because if the payoff isn't good enough, I mean, I think you'll end up wearing your audience out. You know,
mm,
that's why. I mean,
that's
I,
it.
I'm reticent to kind of
See,
like to do these kind of thumbnails and things, even though it was told to me that it was one of the biggest techniques that he uses by Josh. I said, well, what's your advice then for, like, you know, best type of thing? And he said, well, he said, I've looked at your channel. He said, you know, you kind of, the videos are good, but like your thumbnails, it's just like you don't make any effort really. You should make a lot more effort. He said, I spend more, and this is where I was like, what? I spend more time on my thumbnails than I do on my videos.
that's crazy, isn't it?
And I'm like, what? You travel all over the fucking globe? And he goes, no, because he really thinks about them. So he says he spends time mulling over and going crazy over like getting the thumbnail right, because it's the selling point is the thumbnail. Because without the thumbnail, nobody's going to click on your video. You know, they look at what's going to be in the video in the thumbnail. They don't always read the text. They do to a degree, but they look at the thumbnail, and it's the thumbnail that draws them in. So the thumbnail is more important than what's in the video. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to me, I can see where he's coming from, because this is almost like advertising, isn't it? What you're doing is you're advertising. So you're becoming an advertising executive now and trying to think of a way to pull people in with the thumbnail. May not be what's in the video even, you know, but you've got to draw them in with the thumbnail. And I'm thinking, like, fucking hell, it's like, I don't want to spend half a day fucking thinking about a thumbnail. I just get this video out, like, get it out, you know. But we live in different worlds. Like, you know, like, he's in that world.
I'm in. Put in a few times, you know, she likes Dark Arts TV and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I fucking love him, right? I love his stuff. It, you know, but I know I would probably say half of it is fake. Yeah. Because there's no way you can go to a location every single time and get something. There's no way. There's absolutely no chance. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, but I love his content. I love his editing style, right? His style is amazing, like, and I love it, right? You know, but there's like some that literally just throw it together and just go, whatever, can't be dealing with it.
See, I know that when I was with Carl, things have happened that have been pretty mad, right? Like, for instance, we were in a tunnel where there was we were in a tunnel where there was no radio reception, and we were getting voices coming through on the radio. Well, how do you get that if there's no radio reception? So therefore, interesting, you know, and it's like, there's been things. So I think some people they do get more, but the trouble is, the temptation, I think, is when things are not going when they're going a bit quiet, the temptation might be to generate things, you know.
Oh yeah,
and that's the problem. And you know, so no names mentioned, not pointing any fingers, but obviously there is a temptation to do that. But the reality is, nobody will ever know unless they were there. So I can surmise it, because I'm saying, well, when I wasn't there, I reckon they probably have. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
But when I've been there, it's happened and it's real. So therefore, am I being fair?
And this is what I'm saying.
Am I being fair?
Isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, half of it will be fake. I'm not saying all of it, right? But half of it has got to be fake. Do you know what I mean? Because how the hell can you just like get stuff on every single video? How the hell can you do that? I can't do that. Tough of the Paranormal Urbex, you have had some real genuine stuff. Yeah, I have. You know, and I was very, you know, I don't mind. I can talk about it, but I've had some mad stuff, like, you know, when I was with Claire, you know, it's she thought I was joking at one point, because, like, you know, like, I am a bit of a joker and that, but when she realised I was actually crying and I was hurting, because it felt like I'd been stabbed, but it was like a hot poker going through my chest. And when I went to the floor to try and gasp like some fresh air, from my knees down, I couldn't feel. It felt like I was being pulled into the building, and it was weird. Then I got dragged down the stairs, and that was it. Claire shit herself. She said, I've seen this before, but this is scary, like, you know, and I was crying. Do you know what I mean? And I was just, get off. I was trying to get out. I couldn't get out of the house. I just felt like I was locked in. I felt like I was trapped. I couldn't get out. Do you know what I mean? And then when I was I can show you the video. The video's on my channel now. Do you know what I mean? And it was horrible. It was like a hot poker. It's like, how do you explain that to someone? Do you know what I mean? It's not a heart attack, because it's on the wrong side. It's on my right side, not my left. My chest was solid as anything on my right side, but on my left, it was soft as anything. And then I had a red mark. Do you know what I mean? So it's like...
I'm not laughing at you, by the way. I'm laughing at comments.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you know.
Sorry.
Spuddy. Yeah, man. So it's like, you know, I had that. And then the last video I did, which was Wednesday, I had my grandparent came through on a Ouija board. Do you know what I mean? And I had to figure out whether it was him or not. I had to ask some really personal stuff. I left it all in the video. Do you know what I mean? Because I want you guys to see that. Do you know what I mean? And it's you know, Candid, how you doing, buddy? You know, and I want you guys. If it didn't happen, it's not there. You'll see it in a few other videos I've got coming up. You know, that I've got. You know, that we've done paranormal, and in the end, I've just fucked around because I just couldn't be arsed. In the end, do you know what I mean? It was like, you know, because we just weren't getting anything. But some of it, fucking hell, we got some mad stuff. You know, but you know, if it didn't happen, it's not on my video. Simple. I'm not going to tell you it happened when it didn't, because if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Simple. You know. But I'm definitely going to try and get a little bit more paranormal stuff with Claire, with Urban Paranormal TV. So, you know, I'm not going to like grumble at that. Do you know what I mean? So I've got plenty enough videos anyway with my Urbex. It's just going to be more extra videos for you guys. So, you know, I think in one day, I think I did 7 videos I dropped in one day, I think. Do you know what I mean? The other week. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got that much videos now, I'm all right. I can drop a video every day now till like June or July next year.
Well, I was saying, you know, it's not with me to say, but I reckon it would generate a bit more interest if you had more than this once a week thing. And you've taken on. It sounds like you're taking on board. I haven't noticed because I, to be honest, I don't I don't watch anybody's fucking channels these days. I'm too busy doing shit myself to watch other people's channels. But no, I think you've got so much stuff there. Why not get it out there? You just, there's no point putting it on the shelf, is it? You know. I mean,
next couple night. I'll see you soon. Becky, I'll speak to you soon. I'll probably see you live, anyone on TikTok or something. But yeah, it'd be cool, man. We'll.
I mean, in my opinion, if you got a video and you know you put it like for coming out next year. Cheers. If you put it out for coming out next year, like it's like you said earlier on. I hope nothing bad happens to you, but like, what if something did? Like, you never get to see these fucking videos, man. Just you know, don't keep them on the shelf.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are you know, set for a certain date. You know, every day, every week. You know.
Well, so they'll come out by themselves.
Yeah, they'll literally. Okay. Yeah, I literally go on there like a few days before, and then I premiere them. So like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, just so people know that there's something there. Like, but if something did happen for whatever reason, the videos are still going to be out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so that, you know, they're all there. I think I've got 7 months or 8 months worth to edit still. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and get them done in the next couple of weeks. So try and get 2 done each day, like, you know, until they're all done. Like, so it's a lot of work to do, innit? But
Brendan, yes, I've seen a ghost. I've talked about them a lot. I've seen black figures, woken up and seen black figures. I've seen black figures which have dissolved. Yeah, I've had lots of weird shit happen. It's a long story.
I never understood it though, Joe. And do you know the first time, right?
Poltergeist throwing things. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Like the first time, right? When well, I met up with Claire a few times. But the first time I actually had a full-blown proper conversation is when me and Matt stayed on a fort, right? And Claire said to me, "There's something not right about you," and I was like, "Oh, cheers, babe. Thank you very much." Like, you know, and she went, "No, it's like you've got a gift," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, I never ever looked at it really like that, you know. And she said, "Oh, have you had stuff happening?" And you know, and I actually had a proper conversation with her, you know. And you know, and it wasn't until then I actually realized what was going on. You know, and it was like, oh, I didn't really think of stuff like that. So yeah, it is a bit mad, like.
Somebody saying they haven't seen Dark Dreams in a while. I know the name, but I can't say I've watched many of their videos. Well, yeah,
unless he's changed his name.
This is the thing, you see. I mean, about like me and videos and I've got no real kind of schedule to stick videos out. So I mean, if I go off for 2 weeks doing urbex and just can't edit because I'm not at home, people are going to think I died. You know what I mean? But chances are I won't have, because I'm pretty resilient. But I mean, like with this guy now later on about Dark Dreams, I haven't seen him in a while. He's probably having such a good fucking time. He's not on the internet.
yeah.
The thing is, seeing videos from me is synonymous with I haven't got enough money to go exploring, or I'm fucking being lazy and I'm around the house too much. Because I could go out exploring, but I'm just sitting at home editing, which is actually my lazy time, because if I had like half the motivation I should have, I'd be out there not bloody editing, and I'd be stacking up too much stuff to edit. But editing comes from me being lazy and being in the house. That's when editing happens.
Mel,
If I had a life, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, Gareth messaged me.
Mm-hmm. Which one, Gav?
No, Gareth just messaged. Ah, that's who it is. Right, okay. Right, yeah, Dark Dreams has changed his name.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's it. He's changed his name. Roughneck Adventures. Right. There you go.
Oh, that guy's been in recently. I saw him in
before. He's in my chat somewhere. Apparently he's
Christ.
messaged me on my PS4 as well.
Why do they change their names like that?
Oh, whoops.
I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's like, you change your name and then nobody knows where the fuck you are or who you are anymore. And they totally lose track of, they can't. It's like, oh, has he gone off YouTube, is he? It's like, he's finished YouTube, he's gone. I haven't seen him in 6 months. It's like, oh, he changed his name. Why did he do that? Oh, well. You keep changing your name. If you keep changing your name like you change your underpants, that's fine by me. I'll always be the secret vault.
Right, sound. Yeah, sorry, Mel. I've just listened.
I was going to say, I thought your mic was off. You were sending a message here.
But yeah, right. No, it makes sense. That's fine. I got it anyway, so thank you.
Rapid Man. Urbex has
yeah,
come and go. Only the good one. Only the good ones survive. Yeah. But it is like Highlander, isn't it? It is like Highlander, Urbex, and it's a fight to the death, and there will be only one. And I'm going to make sure I'm fucking higher up the pile than some of these pricks who are fucking like snapping at my heels. I'm definitely going to be fucking higher up the pile than they are. I swear.
Right. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's it's been a bit mad, hasn't it? Like lately, really. We've had a lot going on, really, haven't we? To be fair.
I think everybody's got really nasty in the last 2 years because
it's gone vile, hasn't it?
The big cock vid, the videos full of cock vids, cock vid with 19-year-olds. Yeah.
I really enjoy Hell on Earth. They ain't sellouts. Yeah, Hell on Earth's all right. I enjoy their stuff. They're just funny. Norton's funny as fuck. It's brutal.
Yeah. I worry about ever having to meet up with him because I think he would outsmart me with his comedy, and I just wouldn't be able to keep. Even though I'd have to have like fucking LSD or something to be able to keep up with him because he's so dry.
Ruthless, and
he's ruthless. Yeah, exactly.
But Matt, off camera, right? I'm no different, am I, than what I am on camera?
Yeah.
And what you see is what you get with me, and that's it. Like, and it's Do
you think I'm much different off?
No. If anything, I think you're a bit more tame on video than what you are in person. Do you know what I mean? Because I think you have to be. Do you know what I mean? Because like some of the stuff that we've said, and it's like, fucking hell, I'm gonna take that out of my video. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like some of the things that like we've had some mad conversations, like and it's but some of the stuff like we can't talk on video and that, so we just take them out or just put music over it. Do you know what I mean?
And I have little meltdowns I take out of videos because of like fucking something like a nail going through my boot, usually like thorns, getting something in my eye, And instead of just being like, oh, hang on, folks, I got something in my eye. I'm like, you fucking twat, fuck off, you fucking little twat. And then everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, it's all right, guys, just got something in my eye. And then it's like, and I have to edit that out, or anytime you hear more than 2 seconds of blank, it's me having a fucking screaming fit.
Oh,
A fucking wanker. And it's like, fuck this shit. And then it's like, so there's a big blank. That's me having a meltdown. And if you see people look at me as well, you know he's a proper fucking paddy. Yeah.
Going back to those
thorns,
isn't it?
Yeah, thumbnails. It is though, isn't it? I mean, like, again, people are going to do what they're going to do, but when I see them, I'm like, oh, it just makes me go, oh.
Just a bit cringy, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, it's like, oh Jesus, is that going to be in the video then, or what? Yeah.
But it's like, see, I think this is why I just can't be asked doing mine, because it's just so much hassle. And it is. It's like, but then, like, do you know what I think it is? I need a certain style of writing. Do you know, like you've got on yours, you've kept one style of writing all the way through. Do you know what I mean? So I think, like, I just haven't found, I think, the right one, or, like, what do you do your thumbnails on?
Photoshop.
Yeah, that's fine. See, I've got Photoshop and I've got Lightroom as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, that text style, OCR, it's called. I don't know, why do I use that OCR instead of anything else? I think it's because it's very easy to read. It's like Arial.
Yeah,
Arial, like, is the most easy font for people to read, but OCR kind of has this kind of it's not military, and it's like it's a cross between military and computer. Military and computer, so it's kind of got that vibe about it,
It is, it like you said, it's got to be easy, and it's like, it's almost bold, isn't it? It's like, it's not, if that makes sense. Does that mean?
Yeah, the only other type of font that I think I would use would be stencil, which would be too military. Yeah. A stencil font, right? Or a typewriter. But then it would be like, if I use typewriter, see, the way that I think about it is am I talking like about literary stuff? Am I literal? And is this about drama and talking about things? Is it about, history? If you do stuff with history, it's a typewriter. But like, that font to me represents like Terminator crossed with military, crossed with like urbexy sort of stuff. It's like that sort of, stuff they don't want. Stuff they don't want you to know. That's like on a machine somewhere that you stumble across a machine and you press a key and fucking all secret files come up and they're in that font. That's what I'm thinking when I see that font. And if it was a typewriter font, it would mean it was like from the 1940s.
It's mad.
So I don't. Yeah. That's why I choose it. That's why I choose that font, because it's got that secrecy type look about it, like something that would come off a machine when you somewhere.
Glow in that on it, it's like that greeny sort of, like, it's like almost like a yellowy kind of green in it. It's like it's just
radioactive,
like glowing radioactive, and it's like, and it just works well. It works well with, like, with your font and things like that, and it does really well, like, and people know as soon as they see it, they go, that's Secret Vault, that is.
Yeah, because it's obviously a well-used font, but they would recognize my video straight away because of that font.
Yeah. So it's like, it's it is handy and it's good. Like, once you've got that one set font, use it, keep it, and then you're sorted then. Do you know what I mean? It's ideal. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, I just haven't, to be honest, I've not fucked around with Photoshop either. Do you know what I mean? So, edit the photo in Lightroom and then go over then to, Photoshop, and then, because you just add layers, don't you? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's really simple with layers. I mean, I could show people how I bang something together really quickly. Do you want me to show you how I bang something together in like 2 minutes? It's
Yeah,
really
go for it.
I'm like I am the laziest
I'll accept.
slag in the world. I'm the laziest slag in the world, right? So I'll show you how I do this now. Hang on then. Where am I going to do it? Right, share screen. Right, and I'm just going to go and look for a few thumbnails first, so I don't go showing you any folders that I don't want you to see folders, because it's like a lot of these folders are things I haven't released yet. So if I go and show you, that shit, it's going to end up bad, isn't it? Yeah. That'll do. That'll do. Right.
We don't want to look at the men's penises either, do we? Do you know what I mean?
No, that's right. Yeah.
That's it. So we'll keep that off, for the time being, until you're ready and you're on that screen. Like, we got this. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. And right, I'll share my screen. I feel confident that I'm not going to fucking.
Get ready.
I always, when I share my screen, I always fuck up and I show you something I'm not supposed to show you. But let's try it. Right. Okay. So
let's accept.
Okay. Right. Okay. So there's Photoshop, right? And then I'm going to bring up. He thinks, right, like pictures. So I'll bring up some pictures, and I usually go for I put a bit more thought into it than this, but I will just bring up some photos. So I grab them, I drag them into Photoshop, I drop them. There we are. 1, 2. There's 2 photos, right? And they're not 16:9 aspects, so that's going to be a problem, but we'll work with that, right? So then I'm going to go to another folder, and I'm going to go, I don't know, let's pick up some other stuff. What else have we got then? Yeah, something like that might work. And I often pick a load and then I discard the ones I don't like later once I've dropped them into Photoshop. Right. So let's go for that and that, right? And I'm not going to make a lot of effort. I'm just going to show you my kind of basic process, right? So there's a newspaper article, D-Day bunker up for sale, right? So that might work because that's quite catchy. There's a photo which is quite catchy. What's this one? It's hard to know what you're looking at there. So I might, even though it's interesting, I might not use that because a lot of people aren't going to know what they're looking at. So that's good because that's like it entices you with secrecy and bunkers and military, like a weird tower. Yeah. So like straight away, I've kind of already said I don't want that one. I could use it, but I'm not going to use it. So let's bring up I need to bring up a canvas. So I'm going to say, I don't know, 1920 by 1080 canvas, right, of blank. And I'm going to drag these in. So I'll say, right, let's drag that one in and I'll paste it. So I'm copying and pasting. Ooh, look at the bloody size on that. Shit. That's big. Shit. So that's going to come down in size. So I'm going to stretch the size down, right? Stretch your size down. Let's just bang it there. It doesn't matter at the moment. I'm just going to put things in. So there's that one. I'm going to copy that one and paste it in. Oh, Christ, that's gone long as well. Didn't the other one stay? Oh, I never pressed enter, did I? Shit, I keep doing this. You got to press enter to make the changes to the size stay. Right, come on. Right, come on. Jesus, this is a big photo. Wow, that's a big photo. So to get the size to stay, right, you stretch it again, and then you press enter.
Article.
Yeah. Right, and then the size on that article is crazy. So hang on. So I've got layers then. So let's go to this second layer, and I've got to get the size down on that. So scale. Most of it is mostly resizing. I mean, a lot of it is resizing. Right, so D-Day bunker up for sale. Right, so I don't know. Let's get like I want this at the top, so I'm going to stretch that up the top. D-Day bunker up for sale. Right, and then I'm going to get that first image. I'm going to draw around it or cut out the bits I don't want. So I'm going to cut out that bit, cut that out, right? And I reckon because it's circular, I'm going to play with that and I'm going to go for the circular thing. So I'm going to start erasing bits of the edge of it. So I'm going to put down my size of my brush. So I'm going to start erasing around the edge in the circle to make it more circular. So I'm going to enhance that circular effect, like go around the edges and just make it circular. Crap, something like that. So you don't know what you're looking at, right? And then maybe here, get the edges a little bit more circular, right? And then I'll move it around, see if it fits better anywhere. So D-Day bunker up. So I've done it again. I still haven't bloody selected the size and hit enter, did I? I don't know. It's massive. What am I thinking here? Hang on. D-Day bunker up for sale. Right. So I reckon we need to get that in the top left-hand corner, don't we? Something like that. Now remember to press enter this time, Matt. Right, so enter. There, right, I stuck that. So let's move this shit over to the right, like that. And then let's do the glow effect, right? So I don't want to see this guy's face because that's not very interesting. So I'm going to move that there. And then I'm going to double click on the layer and I'm going to put the glow effect. So you press glow, then you choose the color. So I'm going to go pink. As you know, I love my pink. And then you just say the size of the glow, right? Size and how big, thick it is. So it's like that. Just add a bit of glow around it and say, okay. D-Day bunker up for sale. Right. And then what other bits we got? Yeah, and then we got this antenna. Right, let's get the antenna in there, copy it, paste it. Right, so there we are. I don't know, D-Day bunker up for sale, scale. So I'll put it down here. I don't know, do something like this, D-Day bunker up for sale. I'll put that down there. So you've got antennas, but you've also got, I don't know,
bit of
and the D-Day bunker bit. I'm going to try and I'll slightly erase, very lightly. So I'll turn the pressure down on the erase. So I'm going to, so that you can see through from this layer into the D-Day bunker for sale. So I'm going to go like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to go like that. D-Day bunker for sale. And this white around the edge is a bit shit, but what can you do? What can you do?
Could you not make that article just a bit bigger? So like that whole D-Day bunker is up for sale all the way across the top. Would that not work better?
Yeah, I could put that bigger. I could make it bigger so it takes up the it hides the edges.
So it's all not white. It's just sort of like.
So what about something like that then? D-Day bunker up for sale.
But then
that guy's in the way. So yeah, I can go like that. Go like that maybe. D-Day bunker up for sale. Right, this bit here doesn't stand out now. This thing over here doesn't stand out. So that's where I put these glows on to make things stand out. So I'm going to put outer glow. Right, I'm going to put, like you said, sickly green or lemon or something like that, sickly, and then just make it bigger so it stands out. So you can see it's on top of something. And that's what all the reason I do it is so you can see things are on top of it, other things. So they stand out a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to move this up so you don't see the date because you don't need to see the date. D-Day bunker is up for sale. And like you said, I'm going to stretch it a bit and see if it works. If I stretch it side to side to hide that guy's face. It's D-Day bunker up for sale. I'll hide his face a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and then there's something here which is a bit messy, so I'm going to get rid of that.
Darren thought it was Blackpool Tower. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, D-Day bunkers up for sale. Oh, I still got his face is coming back, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I could probably go over that to get rid of it again. Hang on, let's go and get it one more time. I'll get that photo a second time because I've cocked it there a bit. So let's paste it in. Oh, it's massive, isn't it? Massive scale. Right. I'll have one more go and I'll try and hide his face, that guy's face. And it said it was going to take 2 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes I spend, but you know, sometimes they're really quick. Just throw 3 photos in there and just put the text on the top. So there we are. So that's there now. So if I line it up, make it a bit bigger, right, line that up. What you can do with these is you can turn off the layer and you can flip the layer on and off so you can see where you've got to cut to.
Ah, right, yeah.
So this way, if I then start erasing, I can make sure it's kind of only the bits I want. So yeah, there we are. So there we are. Yeah, so
because don't they call it is it stacking they call it?
Yeah, layers. So you can put one layer in front of another, so then that would come to the front.
Yeah.
And you put that layer to behind, or you could put this layer in front of that one, or well, you can just change the layer order. So yeah, So I'm just trying to hide these like little marks that are showing up. There we are. So, but I don't want that guy's face in there if I can help it. So there we are. D-Day bunker for sale, right? Do I really want? Yeah, I can. I'll bring it down there like that. So yeah, D-Day bunker for sale.
See, it's crazy because like you don't show this sort of side really. I think this is the first time you've ever shown how to do thumbnail.
Yeah. And what I'll do now is I'll just type in the text just roughly. So Portland, Portland Rota bunker. So I'll just do that. I'll probably line it up with the right on this one. So you have to select all the text and then press the line up with the right button. And then it'll go down the right-hand side like that. So I can have it not on top of that text, but lining up with the right. Then I'll double click the layer over here. So you can switch the layer on and off, or double click the layer and then use the stroke function. So double click it, go stroke, just dial in a certain amount of stroke. Yeah. So you can dial that in. Yeah. And choose the color. Like I could change the color if I thought it was important. Like I could go pink, Portland Rota bunker, you know, and then maybe move it around, see if it works better somewhere else.
Probably
maybe
bottom left, bottom right, sorry.
Yeah, but that hides the lift, doesn't it? So Portland bunker.
Could you not make the writing a bit see-through?
Transparency would probably make it look a bit weird, I think, but I could show you what transparency would look like.
Yeah, Joe, like not completely transparent, but sort of, you know, just to sort of like take the eye off it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got the whole background, which is your focus anyway.
Yeah, I can add in, you know, different.
Because that's what I do with my watermarks, you see. I just fade them out a little bit, you know, so they're not brutal, like too far in your face.
Yeah. So I've got glow. I could add glow like that. You know, Portland Rota bunker. You know, but I'm not. I mean, like I say, I haven't really picked these photos well. I've just gone for the first 3 photos I've seen. So if that's all I had, this is what I would end up with. But if I've chosen the photos a little bit better, like I'm knocking that tower. I don't want to knock the tower off, you know. So, you know, and the other things are you don't want to go too close to the bottom because YouTube puts the text down the bottom and it puts the bar down the bottom. So you never go too close to the bottom. It's always better up the top 3/4 really. So you learn little things like that when you're doing it, but you know, yeah. Anyway, there we are. So that's something like that. I mean, basic. You know, it's very basic, but yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't take you long then to do your thing, then, does it really?
No, it doesn't. And I mean, you can switch all these layers on and off, you know, and change things around, you know, change your mind, drop something else in, drop something else out, change your mind, because they're all just layers. So it's kind of, you know, you can keep adding and removing until you're happy with it. Like, you know, take the bunker bit out because, I mean, that's a bit gregarious, really. D-Day bunker up for sale is a bit. So I might change my mind, stick a different photo in there. Like I could go, right, well, let's have that. I didn't like it earlier, but now I'm going to try it. Let's try it. So let's bang it in there. And there you go.
That was me, mate.
I thought it was as well. Yeah.
Yes,
so
mate. Man. That was, pal.
Yeah, so there we are. That's like, let's get that room in there. But now we want to move this room to the back. So if I say that's the size, and I'll say move it to the back. So, you know, maybe like that instead. And maybe move this over here so you can see the room a bit more, you know. So,
crazy,
you know. But it depends if you're telling a story, somebody has to know what this room means, and that could be anything. It doesn't. It's a room anywhere, isn't it? You know. So I would probably choose a bit better photo than that. But tunnels and things like that would be good. So yeah, but you could swap things in out. I would say, like, I change my mind. I'm gonna go back to the original one then. So I like, you know, there we are. Or is it that one? Where did I put it? This one there, and turn. I'm losing track of where they are now. That one. Yeah, I'm going to go back to that, you know. So all the layers are still there. It just depends which one you activate. you know, as to what comes on top
crazy,
of. Yeah. But yeah, it's not hard to do. You know, you can spend a lot of time on it, you know, and some people do. I'm sure they spend absolutely ages on it. I'm just kind of I just want to be quite literal with what I'm doing. It's just like this is what will be in the video, you know, rather than trying to sort of like spin you some sort of yarn, which probably isn't in the video.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, because what I need to start doing, yeah, is like ideally is getting a couple of photos, you know, whilst I'm out and stuff, and you know, at each location, and then just using that as like, you know, and then you know, doing what you've just done then, you know, like, you know, just getting like 10 photos or something, and just trying to, you know, work something out, you know, between a couple of them, and then do a
Yeah.
couple of
I'm just look at yours now. I'm going to have a look because I can't remember what your thumbs are like, to be honest, Taffy.
mate, the shit. I don't even pick them. They just do
No,
it.
they're just the ones that's off YouTube.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're lucky, you can actually have some really good ones. You know, if you've got the right moment. Yeah. But do you know what I do to get the thumbnails? As I take them from video. So I mean that's quite simple, right? If I share the screen with you, I'll show you how I do that. Right? I mean you can download a thing called the K-Lite Codec Pack. Okay, it's
Right.
free, and you get it from the klitecodecapack.org. Yeah, and in it there's a media player called the Media Player Classic, and I install that and I play all my movies and everything through that. Some people like VLC. I use Media Player Classic. Okay, so if I go back here and go to these videos here, if I play one, it comes up really quickly. The first thing you notice is it's quicker than VLC, and it's a fuck sight quicker than the Windows normal media player,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
shit. Yeah. So this is 4K video. If I go click, right, watch now, bang. That's how quick it loads up video for a start. So it pisses all over all the other media players. And what you've got to do is you can very quickly go through the video. Look, bang, 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 right? And you just watch for something you're interested in, or you press the arrow keys on the keyboard, like left, 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 right, 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 right. And I can just skim through until I see something that looks quite funky, like that room there then. Like that looks funky. There's loads going on there, right?
Yeah, but
So I
that one
want
there with the tape, that looked pretty cool as well.
to
There was like one that had tape going right across the whole screen.
well, that
And it,
one. Yeah.
so that would probably work quite well.
So you have to catch it. You have to catch it on a frame when there's nothing out. You know, that's any trouble because these are video.
Yeah, that's it.
What more interesting to do? Because as you say, there is that tape is quite interesting, but it's also a shitty shot behind it. So what I would do if I was going to do that, go into the shot to make the shot interesting. Let's have a look. Right, that's a better shot, and I would go and get caution tape and put it over this. So I'd actually go and find some caution tape on Google, like caution tape,
Right.
and I would actually put that across the middle of the image, because using it from the image when it's a crappy image behind it is not worth it. So
No,
anyway,
it makes
if I want to
look
save
bad,
that,
but it isn't.
you press Alt I on the keyboard, right? And then you tell it the location that you want to save it in, and you give it a name, and then it saves that photo. And once it's saved it, you can drag that into Photoshop. That's it. So Control I, and it saves a screen grab of whatever picture you're looking at on the screen. So it's really useful media player, you know.
Oh, right.
And then, of course, once I've got that photo, I'll jazz up the colors because that's looking really boring. And you can noise clean it, jazz up the color, add texture, all sorts of shit. Hang on a sec. Let me so I want to make sure I don't go to somewhere that I'm not meant to be. Hang on. For fuck's sake. Cock that up. Right. Right. I'm just worried that I'm going to show you locations on my hard drive for things I haven't actually gone to yet. So I don't want to end up doing that. So right. So I'll share it again. Share. Right, we're back on it. Right. So now I'm back in this folder. I'm going to call it, I don't know, twat1. So that's twat1.
Image saved successfully.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back in this folder, and then I've got twat one picture, and I'm going to drag it into Photoshop. Now it looks really boring. I mean, it's very oldie worldy. Now if I've got a camera raw filter, right, this is where you can play with a lot of things. So I'm going to increase the saturation straight away. I'm going to increase that. So bang that right up, make it look more colorful, or vibrance. I'm going to add texture to it, make it stand out. So you can make it bland or textured. I'm going to add the clarity. So I'm going to turn the clarity up, and the dehazing. Right, so these are all ways that make things look sharper and more aggressive, that makes the photo jump out at you more. Right, so I'm going to bring up the shadows, maybe bring up the whole image a little bit, but take the highlights down because it's burning up white in this area. So I'm going to take the highlights down, right? So that's kind of where I'd want to be, but I'm going to make it more sharp using the sharpness settings. Yeah, maybe take this noise because there's noise in the color. So I'm going to take the color noise down. So there's a color noise feature and a luminance noise as well. So I'm going to take the luminance noise down. So yeah, that'll do. You know, you can also do things like you can highlight an area and make it brighter. So you can do that as a small, like, so you can draw the eye into the image. You can say, look, I want them in that bit, or I want them in this bit. So you can make an area lighter or darker. You can draw the eye in. And what you can do as well then is you can say make it more or less sharp outside, so I could focus it, so everything outside that becomes out of focus. So see, in the middle it's out of focus. If I switch it so the outside is out of focus, then the middle is sharp and the outside becomes blurry. So again, it draws your eye in, and you can move it around and make something else focused and everything else out of focus. It draws your eye in. So, you know, I sometimes do play with that, and what I use more than that is I use this shadowing effect. It means that you can turn the effect from the top to bottom, so you can make the top out of focus and everything else in focus, but you can also make it darker. So it's like your camera lens effect is making you make the lens at the top dark,
Right.
and you can bring it up from the bottom again, so make it dark at the bottom and out of focus. So by doing this, you draw everyone into the middle band, and the outer bits become irrelevant then. And the outer bit then, I probably put text over the outer bits because they're out of focus, so they're irrelevant. Whereas if you keep everything in focus, you're trying to look at everything. Whereas if you blur the edges, then you can put text over it and people aren't going to see it as jarring, you know? So so from that to that, there's a big difference in it, from that original photo to that. Yeah. And then I'd say like rotor bunker, 30 years never seen, you know, something like that, which is true. So it's like, I don't think it's been seen in 30 years. Underground, not by anybody who's done it professionally with film. The TV company did do it, but I don't think they did a very good job personally, because they skimmed over it and kept repeating the same bloody bits of footage. So there we are. So now by putting it there like that, the blurriness at the top and the bottom, it's almost like that's where it's meant to be. Whereas if it was sharp at the top and bottom, it would be grating on it, I think. So draws your eyes into the middle. So there we are. Stroke.
It's crazy, isn't it?
The stroke on. Never seen. Yeah. And then do the same for this one. I could change the color, although you can get a bit distractive sometimes if you do this. But rotor bunker, 30 years never seen. It's not too bad. You know, just like that. Maybe it's basic, but if it helps anybody, if it gives them ideas of how you can do stuff, you know, that's how you do it, folks.
Mate, it's always handy to know, because like there's not much on YouTube that sort of like teaches you this sort of stuff, you know, and it's like, you know, they show you the basics, but it's like, you know, stuff like this.
Yeah, 30
you
years
know,
never
it's
seen
like
rotated.
it's hands-on, it's there, you know, this is what people have sort of like, you know, they want to see this kind of stuff, you know, and people don't see this kind of stuff when we're editing and stuff, so it's like really fucking handy, like.
Yeah, if you want to do things like 3D perspective,
what's happening, buddy?
If you want to do perspective, you've got to rasterize the type. It means it turns it into pixels instead of text. So now they're pixelated now, so you can basically then run perspective, and you can shift things into the distance and things like this.
Right.
Hang on, let me see if like you can make things go off into the distance and come closer to you. You know, stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
wacky. Rotate that. 30 years never seen. Like something coming out of the water or something blasting out of something. Like 30 years never seen.
That's
You know what I
it.
mean? So it's
Yeah, it's very handy, like really, really handy, to be fair.
and I mean, if you want to do your like pointing at things, like I mean, I only do it if it seems relevant, but like you can point an arrow like that, and then you choose your inner color, your outer color, your strokes. So I can like change the stroke color on that, like put black on it, and then point it into something again, rotate it, point it in, But like I think you need to be careful with like over sexing, like putting demons and shit in there. It's got to be in the video. That's my principle, is it has to be in the video if you're going to show it here. If you put something here which isn't in the video, people feel cheated. They're like, what was that about then?
Yeah, that's it. It's just, and this is what we're saying, that you can sort of like overdo it.
Yeah.
And this is the problem we've got. Like,
Mm.
that like I think this is why I've always struggled doing my thumbnails, because like, you want to tell like a small lie, like a very, very small lie, but not to the point where you go, well, that never even happened, mate. So why have you done that? Do you know what I mean? And then it completely ruins the whole video then. Do you know what I mean? Just by doing like, it's like I suppose it's a bit of like exaggeration, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's this whole business of like, you ask a question in the thumbnail, but of course there's no answer to that, question in the thumbnail, is there? You're asking a question, but the only way you're going to get the answer to it is by clicking the video. That's divisive. I mean, I find that quite divisive, because it's like, where did they go? What happened? Why did this happen? Why did they do this? Why did they do this? Do what? Why did they do what? And it almost bugs the mind to the point where you click to look at it, and then you're thinking, well, I'm probably not going to get an answer to this. And the worst types of videos of all, they're like the worst types of newspaper articles. I mean, like you get these clickbait things that happen on newspapers, and it'll be like, did you know that you were entitled to this benefit? What benefit? I mean, it's a stupid thing to say, in it. Did you know you're entitled to this benefit? It's like, well, what benefit? Like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. So you click it, right? And then it starts off by saying, like, it's going to lead you in now with a question and an unknown again, but it's not going to tell you. It's not going to just going to directly tell you. It's going to make you read 15 pages, and there's going to be adverts all the way through it. Yeah, and literally, that's all I got to do is say, for people who have blah, you can get this benefit. No, they'll go, lots of people didn't realize they could have this benefit. In fact, millions of people could be having this benefit, but they didn't. They're still not fucking telling you. And if people had this benefit, they'd be much, much better off. Still not telling you. And it's like fucking, so you go past page 1, you still haven't found out what it is. Past page 2, past the adverts, page 3, you still haven't found out what it is. What the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? 15 pages later, you've looked at all the adverts and you fucking find out it's just basically, did you know you could get income support if you haven't got a job? Oh, is that it? Wow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I fucking knew that, you pricks. I hate this sort of shit.
Bastards.
I hate it. It's leading you in, and then you don't get a payoff. Like, I mean, that's the sort of thing that makes me not want to go back to people's channels. But
well, see, like, I'm just gonna have to. I suppose I'm gonna have to start looking at this shit, aren't I?
But it's not hard to do. There's probably easier software to use in Photoshop if you're new to all this, but
there is thumbnail makers that you can, get in, like on the App Store and stuff like that. But the thing is, I first started editing on my phone, and then I went onto my laptop, and now I've got a PC. So I want to stay well away off my phone if I can. Do you know what I mean? So you know, my phone should be my phone, not to edit on. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, if you know, if I can do it on the computer, then I'll do it on the computer, you know. And I think that Joe just put a bit of music on and just fucking chill and just fucking figure it out, like, you know, one afternoon, you know, which I might do, like, you know, might try it tomorrow maybe, because I've got Five Ways Towers out tomorrow, mate.
Good stuff.
Part one, yeah. So
Yeah.
part two's out next week, but.
What I'd say is there is free software out there that's quite good. Like GIMP is supposed to be quite good. I haven't used it, but it's supposed to be quite good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it works with layers. There's Paint Shop Pro. I think you can get some shareware type versions of it. But I kind of like Photoshop because it is like very powerful. But the good thing about it as well is there's so many people do videos on how to use it. So always try and use something that there's always help videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So before you decide what you're going to use, see if anyone's showing you major help videos. And if you say like how do I put titles on my thing in Paint Shop Pro, if thousands of videos come up on how to help you to learn how to do it, that's probably a program you want to go for. And
Yeah,
I can guarantee you with Photoshop, right? Okay, well, you've got to pay loads of money for it, but you know, there's lots of help for it, you know, so it's one of those.
yeah, no, that's like, it's always handy to know because, like, you know, like I've always said, oh, how do you do that? And then, like, come like in a few hours when I've, like, you know, come off the live stream and that, and I've gone, fuck, what was that? What did he say it was? And then it's like, you know, wreck me head, and then I'm like messaging everyone going, what did such and such say about doing? And they're like, oh fuck, I can't remember. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I thought it was Lightroom, but I wasn't sure if it was Lightroom or Photoshop. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and it seems that it's Photoshop, not Lightroom. So yeah,
I
it's
mean,
fucking.
I mean, to be fair, you can use the wrong tools to even do this, right, and get away with it. You could use PowerPoint and put a load of photos in PowerPoint and stretch them, chop them, crop them, rotate them, then put fonts, and then save that as a JPEG. Even though you know PowerPoint is for doing multiple slides on a screen, you can say, "I want to save that slide as a JPEG." Bang. So that's that. You could use PowerPoint, Microsoft Publisher. You know, these are tools that a lot of people have got. They're not really meant for like photo manipulation, but all you're doing is you're grabbing lots of things and sticking them on top of each other like a collage. Publisher can do that, you know, and it could print it to a
Yeah.
JPEG. When you've got that, you could print it to JPEG, and you know, so there's lots of things you could use that are quite, you know, quite good for this sort of stuff. But
Oh yeah,
what
no,
I
it's
don't like, I haven't found good ways to do it on a phone because it's very fiddly. I find it very
yeah,
fiddly on a phone. Mm.
yeah. It's like it is. It's just crazy, isn't it? So it's like, but it's nice to know that, you know, like it wasn't that hard. If it, like, obviously I couldn't see everything that you were, you know, what settings and where you were going and stuff. But you know, it can't be that hard, surely. If you've just done it that fucking quick, it can't be that hard, surely. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
You to like click around and, you know, you were saying, oh, you need to resize this and, you know, you need to do that. You know, if you remember all that sort of stuff anyway, and you know what you're looking for, then surely it can't be that hard. And if you're really struggling, I'm sure there's a tutorial on YouTube, like, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, there have been some apps. I've got one for an iPad, which is good, and you can draw with it and drop things on top of each other. So, but for tablets, because the size is bigger, it's easier to use your finger or a pen on a tablet to do this stuff than it is on a phone. Because trying to fiddle with this shit on a
oh
phone,
yeah, and then you're like zooming in, zooming out, and
yeah,
twisting,
it's
and
not
yeah, it's
easy.
a nightmare. Melissa said PixArt, I meant. So I
Yeah.
presume that's another app for your phone.
Mm. The thing is, right? I mean, if somebody wants to come on one night, you know, onto Taffy's or mine, come on as a person and share your screen and show us how to use it. Because the thing is, I'm a bit spoilt because I use the best of the best
Yeah, yeah,
software,
but
but
some
it is
people can't
it's
afford that, can they?
pricey. It's
So
pricey, you know.
yeah, yeah,
But the principles are there because what all these companies do is they take the best of the best, which is Photoshop and Lightroom, and then they produce an exact copy of it. You know that it's going to be the options are going to be in a slightly different place, and they're going to look a bit different because they can't copy it completely. But all the functions are going to be there. They're just going to be in a slightly different place. That's all. So
mm,
all you have to do is get somebody to show you how to do it and say, oh, that's where you find this, and that's where you find that, and that's where you find that. Once you've
yeah,
got it, you memorize it, monkey see, monkey do. So if somebody wants to come on and show how they do different things, you'd probably be teaching me, you know, because I'm like, oh shit, that's a nice function. I haven't got that on Photoshop. Oh yeah, that'd be good. So what you can do is you can take a program, take a piece of it out, like text out of that program, drop it into Photoshop, and bang. Because some things are going to be better at fonts than Photoshop, probably. There's going to be stuff that's better, you know, and yeah, might even be quicker, you know.
yeah.
But
It's funny
yeah.
though, isn't it? It's like, but like you just did then, you know, you just did that rotary bunker, do you know what I mean, with the news article and stuff like that. And I think that was just like quite perfect how it all just sort of dropped in together, like, you know, just over those few random photos. And it works out very well, you know. So, you know, I think if you've got like say 60 photos or 50 photos that you've taken of that one location, you're definitely going to get a fucking absolute corker of a thumbnail, you know. And like we see, I don't talk about this stuff on mine. Normally, it's just dead random shit that I talk about. So like now, it's like it's more of an education side, you know, of like going, well, let's talk about thumbnails, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, and you
Mm,
know, well, look at the title. It's like a late night show. Let's talk shit. It's a load of bollocks.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Right, because that's what it originally is, you know, but then it can go from one extreme to another. And if anyone knows me and you as much as we do, like, you know, they know that it can fucking go rather fucking quick, like.
Yeah. Well, here's an idea for you then for a show because you use a program that I've gone, oh my God, he doesn't use that, does he? I mean, like you use Vegas.
Yeah,
Now I know it can be used and I know how to use it. But I personally think that it's not as quick as Premiere. It's got some weird ways of doing things, you know, like some odd ways of doing things, which
yeah, yeah.
you know, but for some people it might be the right tool for them. You know, it maybe it gels better in their brain because some people
That's it.
like Apple Mac products because they know how they know what they're getting, you know. And I like Premiere and Photoshop and After Effects and
You're
all
just
those
a
things because
massive
I
Adobe fan, aren't you? That's what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Well, the
That's what
thing
it
is, see, Adobe kind of a lot of the time they set the trend that everyone else follows.
So, right, is it
You know,
like, so you like Adobe products, right?
mm,
So you
yeah.
love your Lightroom, you love,
And by the
you
way,
know,
it is
Premiere,
apparently Americans call it Adobe.
Adobe,
We are
yeah.
we are stupid because we call it Adobe, and they say, well, "Why do you call it Adobe?" And it's like because we don't have any fucking Adobes because we don't have any fucking deserts. Because you get
Right.
Adobes in
So,
deserts, and you've got
so,
deserts, and we don't have them, so fuck off. It's
so what
Adobe
do
though,
you
apparently.
think of like Illustrator and stuff like that?
Ooh, that is too bizarre for what we're trying to do because
Yeah, yeah,
we're
but
photo
and this is what
manipulators.
I'm saying. It's like, you know, like because you're such you know, you're into the Adobe, you know, stuff. But
Mm,
like, and that's why I'm asking because you've got like Illustrator. You can get like a whole package of it, like, and it's like 200 quid a month or something,
yeah,
for everything. But you don't need all that anyway. But like I was working with Illustrator a few years ago, and it was at first it was a bit complicated, but when I got my head around it, it was very easy. And I
yeah.
thought that about Lightroom and Photoshop, right? But then I'm in the same boat again now about Premiere.
Mm,
So I
yeah,
can't, I mean,
Illustrator is designed for scalable fonts and scalable shapes.
yeah.
So you design things in a way that if you wanted to, you could scale them up to 500 miles wide, and they'd
Mm,
still be perfect curves around the fonts, you know, and things like that. Whereas Photoshop is pixels, it's actual color pixels, and if you stretch them up, they get blocky. you know. So it's about manipulating photos to kind of, you know, hide the blockiness, whereas Illustrator is all about, doesn't matter what size you want to work at, because later on you could stretch that up to be 20 foot wide for
Wow.
printing purposes, you know.
So in some aspects it's good, and then some it's like not really, you know. So it all depends on what you're trying to do with it, I suppose.
Yeah, there's see, a graphic designer is somebody who could be into photographs or could be into stencil work. And stencil work is almost like Banksy would do, really. You know, it's like you have all these different colors and you want to send them to the printer, and to make sure they come out in the perfect color, you want them to be just that color and cut out. So it's almost like an animator. You know, you draw the line first. An animator would draw the line. So you draw me as a lines, then he would draw a color, base color, and then he would draw a few more colors. You know, but the thing is, all of those are separate color layers. So the printer would get separate inks. So Illustrator works really well for that, because you're drawing shapes, and then you draw a bit more color as a shape and another color as a shape. But then you can send that to a printer and you can make it any size you want. Yeah. So that's what Illustrator's more for, cutting out shapes around things and drawing shapes around stuff so you can separate the layers. I could be talking out my arse, but that's what I've kind of perceived it as. Whereas Photoshop is more about airbrushing colors onto things and blending between layers, as you've seen me doing, like, you know, drawing a layer and blending out the edges and making it more round and blending. It's about manipulating colors in, well, Illustrator is more
for it, innit? And I can't remember the name of it now, and it's
like photo editing and airbrushing.
You
know?
Well, I had an app, and basically it was like it was like a tablet, but you could draw on it and stuff. But when you went to airbrush and stuff with the pen, you could literally, like, you could do it, and you got it right down to the T, you know. And then you could, like, it was like a tablet, but it wasn't a tablet. You could, like, plug it in and off you go, like, you know. And it was really smart, and it was like I was doing some amazing stuff with that. Joe, like, I would, like, get my own, like, you know, when I went to do stuff like oh, what do they call it now? Joe, it's getting late now. I'm like, my head's gone.
Do you mean a drawing tablet that was separate to your screen? So you drew on the tablet here, but it came up on the screen.
It was weird,
and it's
like,
sensitive pen. Yeah, I used to have one of those. I had a fucking big one.
Yeah, they're a good size, like.
Oh yeah,
and it was really smart. I can't remember for the life of me what it was called.
Yeah,
and it'll come to me tomorrow, and I'll go, oh yeah, do you remember?
Wacom and things like that.
Yeah, something, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, and it was like, it was proper smart, and you know, and it was like, I could do loads of stuff with it. And then literally, like, you know, when you're moving around and you just end up losing stuff, or, you know, fucking, you put it somewhere and you think, oh yeah, it's a safe place, and then you forget about it, you know, and it's, you know, it's just a nightmare.
Well, Mole Man, you're asking a very open-ended question there. I'd have to drill into this far more. If you've got a 4K action camera, right, and you know for certain it's a 4K action camera, not one of these fake says it's 4K, but it's not really, right? If you upload that footage directly straight off the camera to YouTube, it should be in 4K. If you edit it and it's coming out as 2K, then it means that your settings in your editor are 2K. So you're dragging in 4K footage, but you're dragging it into a template space, a working space of 2K. So when you output that, you're going to output it 2K. Or you're editing it in 4K. So the template is 4K, but you're saying export me to a file which is 2K or 720, which is obviously wrong. So when you go to the export stage, select 4K on the output, and then you'll be all right. Make sure you got enough bit rate though, and not too high, but not too low. For H.264 4K, you want to set your bit rate to about 39,000 BPS or was it megabits per second or kilobits per second? I can't remember now, but 39,000. If it's H.265, you can halve that, so you can come down to about 20.
My thingy on that is I always got told that if, say, you recorded in 4K, let's say it was 4K at 120 frames per second, yeah? And then when you go to edit it and you save it in 1080p at say, 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, whichever one it works out, which is better, which is obviously 60 frames per second. I always got told you get better quality because you recorded in a higher quality, and then that's my perception. I've been told, but I don't know if that's right.
The only reason you would film in 120 frames a second is if you later on wanted to slow it down.
Yeah.
So you want to do slow motion stuff. You could output at 30 frames a second, but you're not really going to see any benefit from having shot in 120. In fact, it's just going to make massive files. So you only want to use it selectively for shooting a bit here and there in slow motion. I do know people who do shoot full time in 120 frames a second.
Wow.
Steve Ronan is one. And then anytime he wants slow motion, then because he shot everything in 120 frames a second, he can use slow motion anytime he wants. He can pick it later on. Yeah. So, but the trouble is, he ends up with massive files. Massive files.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Fucking hell! I knew it would come to me in the end.
I got one. Yeah, look.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're a good size, like.
I had one that was about this big by that high. It was a whole table.
A3, is it? No, that
Tech.
Yeah,
no, this is only like A5. That is.
Yeah.
A5.
Yeah, the one you had, was it like A3 or whatever it was? A2?
Oh, the big one was like an A3 table. It was like right there, absolutely massive. But it only worked in Windows 3.11.
No way.
And they never brought drivers out for anything else, so I had to boot my machine into Windows 3.11 to use it, and then boot out into Windows, 95 or Windows XP or whatever to do other things, like.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But like everything,
it's crazy, isn't it, what you remember, and then it's like from years ago. But yeah, it's madness, isn't it?
I had a mouse for doing graphics on a Commodore 64. It was shit though.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's madness.
And I was like really low resolution. But yeah. And then we got the Amigas, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like
this is like the bomb."
Oh my god! Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, food for thought. I was going to say an idea for you, Taffy. Then, but I don't know if I said it. Idea for you is you should. And I did start saying it, didn't I? You should show us how you do Sony Vegas, so it gives your people who watch your channel an idea how you work, how you start, how you drag footage in, how you put it on the timeline and chop it, and how you play it to make sure it's working, put effects on it, titles, and then people can kind of see how you work,
Right, share that all night. We'll get rid of WhatsApp because you don't really want to see my conversations between
you
people.
You could do it now, but I was going to say you want to make a whole show out of it. Like, you could do a whole 2-hour from start to finish editing a video jobby, because I've done those. People did it.
I'll show you.
People kind of appreciated seeing like, shit, I never knew you could kind of do that, or they kind of start to go like, oh yeah, I see where he's going with that. Yeah.
Loading.
Takes
a little bit because it's a bit weird, like sometimes.
Talking about weird, I have to go and wee. So yeah.
Yeah, Mom. Right. So over here, I always fucking forget about this one. Oh, so it's like go into file. I always open up, go into my D drive, my normal videos. It's all alphabetical order. So you're seeing now some of the stuff that I've got coming up. So I've got my intro, so I just bang that into there straight away. Let's just open it up. go back on my D drive again, and then let's just say it's an abandoned farmhouse. So if I've got that, double click it straight away so you can see it from there. If I'm, where's the, where is it now? Where is it? I always fuck about with this and it just takes me forever. Where's the thingy screen gone? Yeah, so basically, like, if so I can make that bigger. So if I'm like, if I want to sort of like, trim like little bits out, if I just right click it and I can trim like the end of it, so then it sort of like, it just takes that last bit out, which is really handy. There is like a little view screen somewhere, and I can't remember what for the life of me what I've done with it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's quite handy. Like I'm not going to show you, like, but it's it's one of those, like, and then obviously, like, if go back into it, go back to my last one, I can sort of, I'll highlight those, and then it'll just literally just open it up, and you'll notice it just in the top here, or even on the bottom, it tells me like how long it's gonna like upload and what percentage of each clip that I'm putting in. So, but like, I don't really want to show you this video because I've already edited the video. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's
But
this is all ready. Do you know what I mean? To sort of like come up. So it's like by the
so
time
we're not seeing the like preview window. So have you got that in a different screen or something?
no, so like the preview window, I don't know what the fuck I've done with it. It's here somewhere. It's like I'm fucking around, and it's like I can't actually remember. So options, preview window, where is it?
View, under view, maybe.
Toolbar extension.
Windows layouts.
Preview. Oh, where is it? The thing is, to be honest, I don't really want to show you anyway, because otherwise you're gonna know what this video is like. I've already done the edit for it anyway, but it is here somewhere. Where is it? Import real time. Properties. I don't know what I've done with it. Options. Enable snapping. I'm doing this now when I'm tired as well, yeah, and I'm like, preview. Where is it? Wow, what have I done with it? Rebuild. Insert. See, that's where I go to like insert my text. So say now I'm gonna put it there. So if I highlight it on the top, and if I type, go in there now and then type in the text, and then it'll bring up then where what I want to type in. So, and then obviously I just type in whatever I want to put in, at the time. So whatever it is at the time, and I'm just sort of like flicking through and whatever, I can do all that as well, and then obviously change it all that way around. So like I've already set my frame size to the 1920 by 1080. Do you know what I mean? So I've already set it all up ready. So if I ever need to go and do it, I can go straight to it because it's preset, which is better for me. And then obviously, and so I can do all that stuff. So that's quite good. And then if I want to animate it, there's obviously like a fucking list galore. Do you know what I mean, of what I want? So I don't really like do all that, but so it's all right really. Can fuck about with it loads. Visible button. Where is it? trying to look now. I'm trying to do it. Where is it? I'm doing this now when I'm absolutely fucking knackered, yeah. It's like the worst time ever. You know what it's like editing, yeah, and you just like normally you just go flick, 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 you know, and your cursors going like everywhere.
What if you double click on the graphic icon of one of your things down on the bar there? You know, like double click on it. Not there, just on the actual graphic, maybe.
Maybe.
No, actually on one of the thumbnails of the graphics of the but that's it. If you double click one of these, double click it. Did you double click? Or you right clicked?
No, I've right clicked now. So basically, if you when you double click it, right, what it does is it highlights that whole like clip. So and then obviously then when you go through the which one was that one now? That's the crop effects. See, look, and there's loads of different effects that I can pour in. There's like it's just like trial and error. So look, so like now it's like it's got fucking all sorts there now if you look at it. But yeah, it is a bit bonkers, like how like you know how to sort of like edit. It takes me ages sometimes. Do you know what I mean? It's like so. Obviously, then you know when I go to render, when I click render and then off I go, like you know. So it is a bit. It is hard. Do you know what I mean? It's like you know Sony Vegas, like to show someone it is like pretty hard.
Well, you've got to know it quite well.
Yeah, it's like you know to sort of like. So like if you're not used to Sony Vegas and it's like I'm doing that now, like I'm knackered, yeah. So it's like I'm a bit daft really to try and show you at daft o'clock in the morning, like do you know what I mean?
I know, but it's like your windows have like disappeared. What you your
Yeah,
options would
I'll
normally
sort it tomorrow and what I might do is on Streamlabs, right? I've got I can do screen record.
I mean, I have had stuff like that happen in Premiere where like my screens have all
Yeah, they've
disappeared,
all just
and I'm like,
disappeared.
what the shit? And I found out there's a function called reset my layouts, and then it chung, 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 it puts them back. Not quite how you like them, but then you can re-stretch them to how you like them then, but it puts them back up so you can see them. I know it's a pain. It's a bloody pain in the arse when
Well, I've
that
looked
shit
now,
happens.
you know, in the file, or maybe options.
Reset layouts or working area reset.
Loudness meter. Time code. External.
We're not watching you now, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just flicking through now quickly whilst I'm not on the screen.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. Done it. Sorted. Right, there you go. Right. Screen share. There you go. Done.
That's more all I'm used to.
Yeah. So obviously, like I go on my D drive. Intro and outro. Double click on that one, and then obviously go on there. Go back on my D drive. Go back into my videos. Let's go back on the farmhouse. So then, obviously, when I'm doing that, So what I tend to do normally is,
Yo guys, welcome back. It's your boy.
and then I watch it, and then obviously then I go, right, so because my frame rate, because of my graphics card, it sort of jumps a little, so I have to watch it a couple of times because it's sort of like it goes 1, 2, 6, and it's like shit, where's 3, 4, 5 gone? Do you know what I mean? Because of like my graphics card's not the best, so like I have to make do with what I've got. So sometimes what I have to do is I tend to come off here, and then I open up here, and then I go down into my videos, abandoned farmhouse, and then I watch the clip on here so that I can watch it. Do you know what I mean? Because my frame rates is wrong. Do you know what I mean? So like I have to do it that way round. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, so that if there's something that I've caught, it's like on here now, I've just managed to get this software, which then like enhances all the music and stuff. So like, so when I go to like when I've got all like my paranormal stuff, I can break it all down so that I can hear. So I've not actually had a fiddle with this just yet. So that's going to be an amazing one to like learn with as well. So I'm hoping that that's going to be just straightforward, really. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I've got some good stuff on there. I've got Lightroom. What else have I got? I'll have a look now.
Well, if you're struggling, this is what I was saying to you. If you're struggling with your frame rate, if you're struggling with your frame rates, either because the hard drive isn't running fast enough to stream the frames in, or because your processor or your graphics card can't handle it, or because Vegas, which I historically know is pretty bad for dropping frames, because that's why I won't use it. It's pretty bad, yeah.
So,
then what you can do is create yourself proxy files. And I'm sure Vegas probably does this because it's mimicking Premiere.
yeah.
You know, so you tell it to create proxy files, and they are very much smaller versions of the full size 4K file, and it will create a small file. Now you don't realize then when you're editing that it's running really nice now. It's running really nice. But when you look at it in the small window in the corner, you don't realize it's a low res file. But when you go to render out at the end, it just renders the high res files, you know, and that way you can get around all this jerking. But it takes a bit longer because you have to say, right, all these files I'm using here, create me proxies for them before I actually bother to try and edit on the timeline, because the timeline is going to be jerky otherwise.
Yeah.
And that can get you round. You can edit on really, really crappy machines if you create small enough proxy files. You could render an 8K movie, you know, for a cinema, on a 1 or 2 core laptop. Why did you create small enough proxies? It looked like shit when you're, but you know, you get a basic idea of what the colors are meant to be like, and you can see it's editing. But when you press render, it'll take forever because it's doing the 8K files, you know. But at least to edit with, you can see.
Like I knew I'd figure it out. It's just like, Joe, because I'm so tired. I'm like, It's like, what the fuck? It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like normally I'm just there, just going click, 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 right. Yeah, and then I'm just like, Joe, just dragging them out, double click them, and it all just drops into the line for me, which is quite handy. Do you know what I mean? Because like I'm so used to just doing it and not having to go, right, guys, so this is what I do. It's like it really it's weird. Like I have to show someone, but it's like I can show you all the basics, but then it's like if you want to really learn it, then you're gonna have to learn yourself, sort of thing.
No, I think what you should do is work at the maximum speed you can normally work at, and just tell people the keywords of what you're doing. Like, you know, well, this is a title, and just do it and bang it on. Say, look, I can move it around and just work at your speed, but just using the occasional keyword so that these people can kind of go away and say, oh right, when he said he was doing that, he's called it's a title. And when he's got this the thing that goes between that does this fading thing, well, that's called a cross dissolve, you know. So that you just use the words that will then, so people can go, so
people remember when they look at it, they can see it. Like I just clicked in on Premiere, right, for the first time, and yeah, and I was just like, I realized, right, when I went to do my Snowdon climb in 2020, and that was literally, I just sort of like, I just started opening it all up, and it was just like, fuck's sake. I was like, so all that was in there, and I was like, oh, fuck this. I was like, come off it, back to Vegas. I was like, because it just looks complicated at the beginning, doesn't it? But like you said, when you're used to it, you'd be all right, yeah.
I tell you what I don't like about Vegas. I remember now, right? You know, the way that you drag the time thing to watch what your footage is, and
Yeah,
it won't drag. It sort of tries to play normal when you're dragging it, and then you've got to drop it. You have to drop the
yeah,
timeline
you
and
have to
press
click it, don't
and
you? And then
click it and then press play.
yeah,
And then if you're not careful, it'll go back to where it played from at the beginning. It'll go back there.
I got
And it's like, well, no, I'm here now. I'm here. Why are you gone back for? And it goes back. And I'm like, no, I'm up here. I just played past this. Whoop, back. And it jumps back. And that does my nut.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
yeah.
You know, like I used to edit, believe it or not, right? There's an app, right, called the GoPro app, right? I used to edit on there, believe it or not. And I used that for ages. And then they went, oh, we're going to charge you £4 a month now, or £5 a month. And it was like, what the fuck? So obviously, you know, I rang my mate and I was like, look, can you just sort some like editing software for me? And he was like, oh, I've got Filmora 9. And I was like, oh, let me try that, like, you know. So like 2 weeks solid, I was just like, it was doing me editing for the first couple of days, but when I persevered with it and I carried on, you know, and I was like, actually, I like Filmora 9. And then he was like, oh, I've got Sony Vegas, I think it was 17 at the time or 16 at the time. You know, and he was just like,
why would he go from Filmora to fucking Vegas?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, that's fine, whatever. And then literally, I'm on, I think it's, what am I on now? Oh, Sony Vegas 18 I've got now. Yeah. You know, so I use that all the time. I did have 17, but I think I updated it. So it went to 18. So that was all right. Do you know what I mean? But saying that, I've not looked for any updated on the drivers or anything yet either for a while.
Yeah, so. I think Ray uses Filmora, I think. I could be wrong. Or Wondershare or something like that. Which I think it's made by Wondershare.
Yeah, I think
it's film. It's made by Wondershare.
Wondershare.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, there's plenty of software out there to do this sort of stuff. But I mean, a lot easier than Premiere, to be honest. I've used software which is actually quite nice. Like you can literally you drag things on, and when you drop them, they go to the right place on the timeline. Yeah. They actually they automatically go there. And I'm like, well, that's very easy, isn't it? It's very easy. But then the limitations come in when you want to do something really crazy to the footage. That's when I find these bits of software start to get limited.
I'll show you now, right? This is what I quite like. This with Sony Vegas, right? So basically, if you've got two clips, you know when you've cut the beginning off, or you know that first couple of seconds off, I'll show you now, right? Oh shit, wrong one. You dickhead. Right, so I'll throw in my intro, right?
Do you use keyboard shortcuts?
No, never.
You should.
I know.
Because I noticed
you know how many
that
times
you were
I've been shouted at for that is unreal.
Because I noticed when you wanted to trim your clip,
yeah,
you were right clicking and then having to go all the way up to the thing to select something, when one keyboard button would have done that, one press, bang. So, and usually the functions you use are all usually like four or five keys.
Let's just say now, right? I trimmed that at the start of that, right?
Yeah.
And I've got this stupid little gap here now, right? So I could do that, right? And then that's done, right? But when you've got, let's just say like let's say I'll just trim the end of that, right? But I'll just add that back in, and then I'll just right. So you've got all these stupid little gaps in between, right? So if I right click them, I can go to close gaps. Done. So that to me is like, it's really handy. So like when I've got like, so if I
the the only trouble with that sort of feature is called ripple delete on
Yeah, that's it.
Premiere. Yeah. So that function, if you've got things on multiple timelines underneath, when you
Yeah,
close the gaps, does it pull them correctly from underneath?
yeah, it
That's
does.
the only.
It
Yeah.
does. It's really good like that. So
Mm.
I like that little feature, right? Because on certain other ones, say the video will move, but the audio won't.
Mhm.
So then you start getting like a delay, and it's like, what the hell? And it's like it throws you off on other apps. But this one, it will just bring the whole shebang over. So
Mhm.
literally, like if the audio goes with that video, then and there's like say there's that much gap, it'll just pull it all in together. So it's really handy.
Yeah.
So
What does it do if there's an overlap between two bits and it can only bring it up? There's still going to be a
right,
gap left.
right, I'll show you now.
Yeah.
I'll put it back up.
So that's the thing that starts to throw most people is like once
Yeah,
you
yeah,
start to
right.
have
So
three
basic,
timelines,
yeah, yeah,
and then once you start pulling things, you end up with gaps, and if you don't, you end up writing over some of the audio from another track,
yeah, yeah.
or
Right.
writing over the
So
video,
what
as
I'll
well.
do now is I'll put it all back to how it was.
Hmm. Maybe you shouldn't close the software so quickly.
Yeah.
We'd say, yeah.
True. Do you know what it is, right? I'm just so used to sort of like just doing my own little thing.
Hmm.
Um,
You got your way of working, and you're comfortable with
this
that
is
now, yeah.
it, right? So select that one. Let's go on to that one. Let's go into. Oh no, I put into music now. No copyright music. Let's just
Yeah.
add that. Right. So like you see that now where it's like on the actual audio for the video.
Yeah.
I can
And
drop
it
it down
should.
now and open a third. Right. So on here,
Now
there's
that's interesting because what you did there would have gone wrong in Premiere
yeah,
because
right.
where you dropped that would have erased the audio on that timeline
Yeah.
in Premiere.
So what I'll do now, right, is I will open that again. So that'll go back to the music. Let's just add that one,
Mm.
right? So you see there now, right? So let's just throw it. Let's just throw it there, right? So
Mm.
on here, you see where the thumb goes up, the finger.
Hmm.
So I can drop that down so all the audio comes off, right?
Yeah.
But then at the beginning here, do you see where it's sort of got like the arch?
Mm.
Right, so that I can
Is it-
fade that in, right? So if I zoom in just a little bit, right, you can see like the arch, right? So once I move over, like you see here now where it's like,
Mhm.
so if I just do that one more time and then obviously zoom back out, so once I've played this, it'll give you a bit of an idea, like where like I can put that now so it's like halfway. So you've still got the audio, but then you've got the music as well. So like if I think
Yeah.
that's too high, let's just put it halfway now. And then you can see like where it starts fading in. So like give it a second now. So you should be able to start listening any second now to
Yo guys, welcome back. It's your boy Alexa Taffy. Today I'm joined with Even Paranormal.
so you can hear the music now building up to it. So that like I can bring it right in and stuff. It's like it's really clever. So what I'll do now, I'll stop that for a second, right? And then what I can do now is just see with this one, look, can you see how much it's like it's crossed over in the middle?
Got a
Right.
crossfade, yeah.
Yeah, so and then that's where you can get the crossfade. But like
Mm.
if I like sing now, let's just say like I want that, right? So this now, then I can move it so I can play it over. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's really fucking weird shit. Like proper fucking weird. It's like you can overlay it. So whatever you want to be shown first. So say like I put loads of pictures up, right? So that'll be in number one, which is like the top one here. Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I want that to be shown first, that's where I would put the first bit. So then when I go to drop it down, then Joe, to like the next one, and then it all overlays. But it gets a bit complicated if if you start fucking around like so. Right click that. See, I can leave that there, and it won't do nothing with that one. So it's like
what I find confusing, right, is like when you had those soundtracks there, which are now on 4,
yeah.
they were a minute ago on 2.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can put them there.
But if you do that, you don't know they're there
No,
because they're kind of
no,
hidden,
yeah,
which is
proper,
counterintuitive,
yeah,
which is weird because they're hidden. You don't know they're
no,
living
no.
on 2 now.
So like, if you look, see if you notice now that the video music's gone, Joe, all the voice and that. So it's like,
But you can drag that clip off and then the audio will reappear. But it's like it's that was what was weird is like how you can over or put something over it, but then you can pull it back later and the original audio is still there.
yeah, it's weird, isn't
Hmm.
it? It's proper
Yeah.
weird. But yeah, it's really weird. Like the more time you spend on it, obviously, the better. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like you just see, you just learn like you did with Premiere. It's like you're going, oh yeah, this is really good, and you can do this with it and that, and but like I can just spend hours just like editing, and it's like you don't realize, like 2 hours has gone. You're like, shit, I better go make a cuppa, like just to have that 5 minutes off it, like and it's like before like that's why, right, my clock is there so that I can actually keep an eye on it, like, do you know what I mean? It's like because like I'm not looking at the corner of my screen, I'm looking direct at the screen, so every now and then I'll glimpse that, I go, fucking hell, have I really been on it for that long? Do you know what I mean? And it's like you don't realize, so that's why my clock's there, because I don't I'm looking at the two screens that are there. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, you've seen my setup. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what it's like. Do you know what I mean? So it's yeah, it can be very interesting. Like,
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there seems to be some concepts going on there which are to do with having more than one clip on the same timeline,
yeah, yeah,
which is to me that is kind of like, well, how do I know what's there? I can't see it. It's
no,
like it's hidden the audio, and if I take it off, then the audio's back.
yeah,
But it's like so I should have them on separate channels.
yeah, and that's what that is. Yeah. Oh, he's gone. I don't know if it's mine.
Yeah, and this business of it, like where you had the crossfade,
Yeah, yeah,
you're pulling them back and forth, and the crossfades are calculating
yeah, yeah,
automatically for that thing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
again, that's 2 clips on top of each other
yeah. But then it's
on
on
the
a separate
same.
one again, which is like it's weird because in theory it should sort of like counteract each other, and it shouldn't
Yeah,
work, but it
yeah,
does work.
because like if you put that clip on top of the audio for a video clip, it erases the audio.
Yeah, the audio
Yeah,
out of the video,
yeah.
and
But
that's
if
why
you
you've
put
got
2
different
next to each
channels,
other and put them over each other like that, then it's putting a
and it
crossfade between
works.
them.
Yeah,
But how you cut? But how they should be on separate? I would say they have to be on separate tracks.
yeah, yeah.
It's
But it
weird
doesn't.
because
Yeah, it doesn't work like that though, does it? It's like it
no,
works because it works. It does
it's
it.
very
It works because it
counterintuitive.
shouldn't work.
It's very counterintuitive because these
Yeah.
things are now over each other, so they should be so that bit where they're over each other should be
Yeah, yeah. Well, your
either one or the
MP4,
other.
your MP3 is totally different. Obviously, MP4 is video,
Yeah,
MP3 is audio.
yeah,
Right. So when you put an MP3 over an MP4, it shouldn't work. It genuinely should not work. And when you do it, you lose the audio from your MP4, and
mm,
then you gain the MP3, which is, yeah, that's fine, that works, that's okay. Yeah, but if you want to still listen to it, then you need to open a separate tab again. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? And then you put it in there, and that's when it gets really complicated. So obviously, when I go to use it, like I don't have to talk about any of this because I just get on with it. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
So like what I tend to do is open a separate window, play my own music, because I've already watched that clip like 10 times before I've even opened it, because I already like I have to then open just the actual clip, because I need to know what I need to take out of it and what I don't. And then what I tend to do is I write down the seconds, do you know what I mean, of where I need to take out. Which
Shame to have to do that.
Yeah,
Because you should be able to preview it on the timeline and skip through very quickly.
yeah, but what it is because like mine jumps, you see. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know what I mean? And it's like it just doesn't work, and it's like it is a little bit annoying like that. You know, like sometimes I've missed bits, and then that's why I watch the full video again, and I go fuck. But I keep the video editing open so that I can click straight onto it and do it, so that I can pause it on the other screen, so I know what second to go to sort it out before I upload it to YouTube. It's really complicated.
That sounds like
Like
harder work than it should be, because you shouldn't have to be switching out to look at clips.
I think it's just that it's my PC, mate. That's what it is. I just haven't got a high spec PC. So where it'll just
one.
It's like
you do if you do need a spec that's bigger than it. I've got a 16 core with a 3090 NVIDIA, and that is not big enough to run Vegas. Nothing is, because Vegas is crap. Yeah. So the point is nothing will ever run Vegas properly, because it never has. It's just like, it's not a real time experience.
And this is why I was saying that, like in the next few days, I could do with sitting down and actually learning Premiere, because I don't know if I'm going to have this problem in Premiere, which you're saying that I won't have this problem in Premiere. So I'm kind of sort of like stuck a little bit. So like, because I'm so stuck in my ways of editing with Vegas, when it's like now I'm just like, I'm going, I don't really want to like go on to Premiere, but Premiere's the way forward. So I need to move forward with the times. So
I mean, I do think you're going to have a better time. I mean, I know it's going to be a bit of a like to start with, but I swear, right? I mean, like here, for instance, right? I'm sharing my screen with you, so you can have a look, right? Right. Like I can bang that down on the timeline, and straight away it shows me, right? I can scrub, and hang on, let me share again, because you haven't got audio. Hang on, let me share screen.
You have to click the bottom audio. Of it, right?
Yeah, right. There we are. Share with screen with audio, right? So the thing is, this is the caves, which I haven't edited yet, so it's just sitting there, right? But it's like, right, so I can scrub through the timeline like that, and this is going through like 51 minutes, an hour 25, an hour 42, 2 hours, and then when I want to play, just press space bar and it plays, and there's no problem with that playing at 4K in Premiere.
Let's have a quick look what's going on.
Right, I'm playing 4K there, and it's coming out of another television as well, so full screen. So not only am I seeing this preview here, my big television to the left of me is showing me the full size in 1080p. But if I had a 4K telly, it would be showing me in 4K. So the thing is, so like if I want to come down like close, right, I can get it like. I can get it to where I want like that, and then I can use my roller on my mouse and I can get it frame accurate. Look, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I can pick my moment because it's so fluid. I can go forwards, backwards, 1 frame, 2, 3, forward, back, and this is 4K footage, mate. And I can play.
Hang on.
I can stop. I can go backwards. That is a bit jerky. I can go backwards. I can go forwards. I can go double speed. Triple speed. I mean, and it's all off the keyboard. I'm running that.
That's crazy.
So it's very, very clunky in Vegas, and that's why I've never entertained using it apart from using it for 3D. It's so clunky. Now, if I wanted to, I could press this button. It should go either. I can get it full screen. I can go on this screen and go for like full screen and just like play it on here.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and you could crazy, isn't it?
it's a lot
It's a
smoother.
lot better, isn't it? It's a lot
So I'm
smoother.
not going to have to drop out into a media player to get my points because I'm just playing them in here. And if my machine wasn't up to it, I just create proxies, and then Bob's your uncle. It's going to play smoothly one way or another. It's going to play smoothly. You know, this
Yeah.
is working from the 4K footage, so I don't have to bugger about because I've got a fast machine that works. But if I haven't got a fast machine, don't worry, doesn't matter, because all you do is you say that clip there, or all the clips. I say, well, where are they? So I say reveal it in the project. So there's the clips, right? So there's a whole ton of them, and I just select the first one, select the last one, right click, say proxy create. And it says, you want to create proxies? What do you want? Low, medium, or high? I say low. Not interested in high. Low. I press OK. Bang. Takes half an hour. You come back in half an hour. Now they will play on a 2-core machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's like, see, I can't. Yeah, I can create proxies in Vegas, but it's like proper complicated. Like, it really is complicated. But
Text.
yeah,
Things like text, right? I mean, you're having to bring up a separate window. I just press text and I go hello and type it onto the screen.
that's fucking mad. That.
Like that. And if I want to stretch it, I just stretch it and drag it around, and say, right, yeah, straight onto the screen. And if I want to animate that, I can say, right, I want, like, over the 5 seconds, I want it to move to the right. So I go, so I press play, and then I say, right, about here, I want it now to be in this position. So I say there. So then I rewind it, look, and let's watch it. It'll animate now. Ready? So it's like, oh, hang on, I didn't press the animate button. Sorry.
You did.
My bad. So, like, so yeah, let's go. So let's just go here. So you say, right, there's the pointer. And by this point, I want it to be on the left. So I just say, grab it, move it to the left. And then if I play that back, so I go on the timeline, it'll be like,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean? It's like,
it seems so much easier, doesn't it?
There's a lot of like weird shit going on, but once you get used to what the weird shit is, to actually use it, you're not going into special screens and into special windows to do things.
Yeah,
You do it all.
that's the problem with Vegas. It's like you just literally are going in and out all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like it's such a nightmare, maybe I am better off just going straight to Premiere because I've got it there anyway. Do you know what
I mean,
done.
I could literally sit there with you on a session, right, and just say, right, you tell me what the footage is. Let's drag it in, drag it to the timeline. Right, start cutting it now, and you're going to go, oh, I'm going to fucking clue. And I said, right, well, cut. Here's the cut function. So I go cut. So say I want to cut these bits of footage now. Like you were doing this weird trim function, right? You probably find this will work for you as well, actually, right? So say you want to trim here. You were right clicking and going to some sort of weird trim function here, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Press C on the keyboard, which puts a razor blade. So you're razor blading it. See, it's a razor blade there now.
No.
You razor blade it, and you just press V and then press delete, and that's it. It's trimmed.
Oh wow.
So and there's another way you can trim it, which is even easier. I think you would be able to do this on yours. You just go to the end of the clip where it becomes this icon, and you drag it back.
Oh well.
Drop it.
That's crazy.
That's it, trimmed. So you don't have to right click and choose functions, right? You can literally grab the end of the clip and drag it back. And I think that works for you as well. So there's, labor saving. It's all about time saving, really. I've got all my favorite effects here. Like you said, there's thousands of effects. I've created a playlist of my favorite effects here. So if I want to do a cross dissolve from this shot into this shot, I'll drag that down. I'll bring the timeline up, and I'll do a cross dissolve from that one to that one there. Bang. So now if I play it, it's just like, cross dissolve, simple as that. Decide I don't want a cross dissolve. I want what do we got? Dip to white. Dip to white. So now it's going to go bang into the next scene, and whatever effects you like, you put them in you put them in here, so they're just ready nice and quick.
Mm.
So you don't have to go through hundreds of effects. You just grab the ones that are your favorites, you know, and drag them in. You know, there's all sorts of shortcuts and shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. Do you know? And it's like, I think, do you know, like I said right in the beginning, you know, like I am just set in my ways. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and the only way to make my videos better is to get out of that way and, you know, start learning new stuff. Like, you know, so like, you know, new editing software, it's all there, it's ready. Do you know what I mean? I'm stupid not using it. I've got one of the best editing software there is. Do you know what I mean? And it's like I've got everything you've got, Matt. If not, I've probably got more. Do you know what I mean? Which is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, so the only thing that I do need to get is like, is it Steadicam to steady out the footage?
Oh, real
Real steady, is it?
Yeah.
So I need to get that really. That's like next on my hit list to sort of like download. But that won't take 5 minutes.
Yeah. Were you seeing that stuff? Did I stop sharing?
Yeah, I think you stopped sharing, yeah.
Oh shit.
That's right.
Did I? No.
Not
Anyway, I mean, like, I think you'll find it's going to be smoother. I mean, I'm not kidding you, right? I mean, it's going to be a much nicer, smoother experience. It's like, I suppose the analogy would be like using Vegas. I think is like using a unicycle. You can definitely get used to it, but it's fucking tricky. Using Premiere is like a car with fucking awkward gears, right? It's like, you know, it's different.
Well, the
It's
couple of
different,
times using
but
it's
it's
going to
faster.
be hard, you know, because like I said, I am just stuck in my ways. It's like because why change if it's not broken?
Yeah.
And it's plain and simple as that, you know. And it's like, you know, it's hard because like I want better stuff. I want to be able to just go right. I want to do this. You know,
I guarantee you,
I want to change that as well.
I guarantee, I will guarantee you, right? I'll bet money on it, right? Once you get a little couple of bits of tricks into Premiere, you ain't never looking back. I'm telling you.
Well, the thing is,
you're never going to look back.
I've had this conversation 2, maybe 3 other times, yeah.
I know.
And you've been going, Taffy, come on, you know, just get with the program, like, you know. And it's like, oh, I don't know. And it's like the conversation we had this morning about my computer, right? And you're going, Taff, why are you running that? You don't need that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why have you got that? You don't need that either. And it's like, fuck's sake, you know. And
to be honest, don't feel disheartened because I mean, I'm a PC engineer. I'm taking shit off people's machines every fucking day that they have got no clue. You're part of the you know, you're part of the 99%. Don't worry. You know what I mean? It's like
that's fine. I'm happy with that. Do you know what I mean? Because like I know I'm just an average kid with a fucking computer that I don't understand. Like, so you know, that's fine. You know, but like, you know, you said to me that I could have got you a better computer for like half the price, and it was like, wow, that's like.
Yeah, it can seem like a deal. It seems like a deal is too good. If I said, "Oh, I can get you a much better computer for £4,000," you think, "Oh, it must be worth it because it's £4,000." If I tell you I can get you a machine that's 5 times more powerful than the one you got for half the price, you can't believe that, and I would be right to not believe it because people are going to think you're going to get ripped off. But I've shown you, literally shown you, 4 cores versus 12 cores. 12 cores is better.
I've seen it with my own fucking eyes, mate. And
12 cores is better.
It is heartbreaking. And I mean that, you know, it is like heartbreaking. But you know,
don't worry about it because, like, I mean, you know, you are so fucking close. I'm telling you, I know you were so close to having a really good time with this editing. You are probably going to start enjoying editing more because, like, do you know, I edit at double speed. I don't edit at single speed. I edit at double the speed. I'm not listening and watching videos at single speed. I'm watching them at twice the speed because Premiere will play it to me at twice the speed, but it doesn't speed up the audio. So it goes up like this. It still maintains the pitch. So I can still understand what's going on.
That's cool.
You know, so I can actually get through a video faster because I'm not watching it a single time as well. There's so many little things like that. I don't know whether or not it will be accelerated graphics because of your graphics card, but I don't think it really matters too much, because if you rendering it and going away and leaving it, come back, it'll have finished, you know.
Well, see, this is what, right? So what I tend to do, right, is I edit later on in the evening, so it renders overnight.
Yeah.
Right, and then what I do then is when I wake up, I watch the video, right, so that I've got something that I can sort of, have a coffee with, and and watch the video, and I go, fuck's sake, I fucked that up, right? So and then I have to go back on then, and then but I've still got it open on my other window, so it's like, so I don't have to go through the whole edit again because the editing's still done. I just have to sort it out, which is a fucking nightmare. So I do that. So I do one in the morning, so it plays through the day, and then I do one through the night normally. But if I'm like, if I've got nothing else to do, I'll try and squeeze in another edit in the afternoon, before the evening, if I've got nothing to do. So like sometimes I can get 2 done, sometimes I can get 3 edits done in a day. But it's very hard. Do you know what I mean? It's like by then I'm just ready for bed, yeah, if I do 3. Do you know what I mean? So, but you've seen how complicated it is. Do you know what I mean? It's, it is a lot complicated than Premiere. So I think if I can get Premiere done, then I'll be happy, like, do you know what I mean, to sort of get done and dusted then. Do you know what I mean? It'll probably save me a long time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just say dip your toe in, and you'll actually enjoy it. It's going to be, everything's confusing when you haven't seen it for the first time, but
Yeah.
you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be better. You never look back, and everything copies Premiere. So if you can use Premiere, you can pretty much use everything else, because everything else is going to be weirder and more convoluted and more quirky than Premiere, because Premiere is the standard that everyone else copies. So if you can use this, everything else is going to be out there, but with weird quirks, because they can't do it the same cool way Premiere does it. So they have all these weird screens and options and shit. It's just straight there in front of you in Premiere. It's just like, it's there. It's just fucking do it. You see it. You see the effect straight on screen.
Yeah. Which I think is better. I generally do think that's better. Because otherwise I have to flick through and then click on one by one, and do you know what I mean? And go, that doesn't really work with that. Do you know what I mean? Hence why you'll find my videos are quite bland. Do you know what I mean? There's none of this, like, overlays and, stuff like that, because I can't be arsed sitting there for like 2 hours just looking for one little fucking thing, like, and it's like, finding the right one, and it's like, you get that wrong and it's fucked up again. Do you know what I mean? Like, then you animate it, and then you pull it in from left to right, or top left to bottom right, or whatever, whichever way you want to fucking do it, or even fade it out, whatever. It's so fucking hard work on Vegas. It's unreal.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's a weird one, because I know people do use Vegas, but from my perspective, it was a weird one, because it started out as being an audio editing package, and they bolted on video onto it, and then said, it now does video, but it was never really designed for video, which is why those crossfades and all that is designed to work the way they do. But it behaves differently and weirdly with video. It's because video is kind of like an afterthought in Vegas, but they've kept on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. But
see, it's all right, and like I said, it does all my videos, so I can't really whinge, like, but
I use it for 3D because it's the only thing that handles 3D. But oh boy, has it crashed a number of times, and I've had to stop it and start it again. Crashes and crashes.
Rendering, the amount of times that it's crashed, and I'm fuming, at that point, because it's like rendering, it's like the end. Do you know what I mean? All your hard work then, and then literally then when you come off it, lucky that it's got an auto save on it.
Yeah.
Auto saves every however many minutes you set it for. So I set mine for like every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I set mine as well, but it doesn't always bloody do it though. That's the trouble.
No,
it's supposed
at
to.
Least then, when you come to the end, Joe, like the last clip or whatever, when that's not half as bad as when it could be your first or second clip in when you've got 30 or 40 clips. Do you know what I mean? That's when it gets really like annoying. Do you know what I mean? Because you just think, fuck you, click off it, I'll come back tomorrow and start again, like, because you just get that pissed off, like. But I think I'm doing all right anyway. I'm not doing amazing, but I'm doing all right. I'm getting by, you know, and that's, do you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So, you know, my computer, my setup, I've worked hard for, you know, and I spent a lot of money trying to get to where I am, you know, and you know, and that's it. But obviously, like I said to you, you know, when I move, I am gonna be looking at that other computer, and I'm probably gonna leave this as a full setup because I can just use this for my main TV. And then at least then if I want to watch YouTube or anything like that, at least I can use that because I've got a wireless keyboard and mouse, so I can just use that. So
you can do. I've gone through having a computer for my video playback and a computer for my editing and things, and now I just got one computer and many televisions.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? But you know, that I don't know yet. I'm gonna see what happens with the new place and, you know, see what kind of layout I've got there. Because if I can work it better, you know, to be all in one room, then I'll do that, obviously. But obviously, I want my front room as my front room. Do you know what I mean? And you know, where people can come in and sort of like, you know, the TV's on or music's on, whatever. At least that's all right. Do you know what I mean? But like in here now, I've got like the most poxiest front room ever. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like it's proper tiny, in it, and it's like, you know,
bigger than mine.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, and I spend most of my time here anyway, so it's like, you know, I might as well enjoy the screens, and I think when I move, I'll just get CCTV put up, and I'll just use my third monitor as a CCTV. So I'll be all right then. I'll be sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me know if there's anything that you want to, if you want to do like a sit down session, if you want me to ease you into it. But I mean, I'm sure you could kind of work it out yourself. But honest, I mean, if you want me to ease you into a couple of concepts, then I'm happy to sort of like sit down and because, you know, but it is piss simple. I mean,
to be honest, I think if I go there and it's just like everything's all like, you know, file open, go to this, do that, do you know what I mean? And then, you know, click on the timeline and, you know, things like that. As long as it's all sort of like, you know, the basic of basic, I should be able to figure out everything else then.
Yeah.
I reckon so.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you how differently easy and weird it can be on Premiere? I'll show you some fucking headfuck shit now, right?
Oh, go on.
Go on then, right? Right. So let's create in my project. I've got loads of projects from years ago. Like, you know, they're all there.
Yeah.
They're openable at once. I got this project, this project, this project, this project.
Oh, wow.
This project, yeah. And notice how quickly I'm going between them, and they're all projects. You know, they're all projects. I got stacks of them. You know, like nightclub scooters. Oh, that I've got to tell you where the footage is for that because that's gone wrong. Liverpool similar, right? It's because I turned off the hard drives. It's lost the footage, but they're all there. Which one? Liverpool ABC, is that there? No. Oh yeah, that's got it.
Yeah.
It's got titles, yeah. But you know, so they're all live. You know, they're all available to me instantaneously. All the projects are there.
See, right? I can't do that.
Yeah. So if I want to like drag a load of footage in, it's a completely new project. As you see, I've created a new folder. I'll call it Taffy. Right. Now, if I want to go and bring in a load of videos, right, let's go back up here, and let's say, right, let's go to the folder, my A7S. There we are. I've got 4 clips. Highlight them. Drag them down. Ready for this? Onto Premiere. Drag them up, and drop them in the Taffy folder.
No
there
way.
They are. Yeah. Now then, if I want to
drop instead of like open,
you can open if you want to, but it takes a lot longer.
Really?
This is quicker, much quicker. So if I want to get those on the timeline, I don't have to go. I don't have to get them one at a time. I can select all 4 and make a new project on the timeline. There's all 4 clips. Look,
Oh
bang,
wow,
bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're already there. Bang. It's all
that's
about
crazy, isn't it?
speed. It's all about speed with Premiere. It's all about different
Everything's
ways.
at one click away and it's done. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing, actually, isn't it?
I mean, the colorization here, like, I mean, because I shoot in log, that's all I got to do is dial in log color. Bang, color's now nearly done. You know,
Oh wow.
that's it. So this clip
Oh,
here
this is
needs,
what Dux was on about.
yeah, LUTs. See, so I can say, look, that's a LUT, and the color's nearly done. It needs a bit of blue. I know it normally needs about 30 because my light is more yellow, so I normally put about 30 in, and that's it. The color's basically done then. That's it. You know.
All right.
You know. But you can bugger about with the color all day long up here. Look and see how quick it is. It's like it's not, you know, it's all like pretty much instant. You know,
That's like crazy. Like really is crazy.
so you know, get the shadows. Bring up the shadows. You know, take down the highlights. Take down just the highlights. You know, it's all. But this is where a graphics card can help. But if you haven't got a graphics card, just do proxies. It'll handle it. You know, if you haven't got a graphics card, run proxies, and all this stuff will still behave nicely for you. You know?
Nice. Yeah, I think
So-
I'll just have to have a bit of a fucking cheeky play on the old Premiere tomorrow, I think.
I think, you know, once you get into it, you'll be fucking loving it.
Well, what I'll do is when I've done my first like proper edit, right? I'll send it to you
Mm-hmm.
so you can have a little look.
Yeah.
You can always have a look anyway, and then you can always say, "Fucking hell, actually, that made it a lot better."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it must be. I reckon it's probably taking you longer to do it in Sonic, so therefore, and you're having more crashes, and it's clunkier, and you're jumping in and out of Sonic to look at your clips in the media player. What, you know, that's got to be taking you 2-3 times longer to do a video.
Well and truly. Mel just said, "I know why Toffee's still awake. He hasn't had his tablets." Actually,
Yay!
you know why I'm still awake, right? Because me and Volt were on the video call till about 20 to 6 yesterday morning. Didn't get up
Yeah.
till 3:30 in the afternoon, and I
Yeah.
literally haven't done much. So I'm like, yeah. So I'll be coming off here like rather soon anyway, and I do need to get my tablets.
Yeah,
But
it's time. It's time, I reckon. Yeah. Fucking do it.
it's like tonight's just been more of like a learning kind of thing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. See how you get on. Now, I will say, After Effects, that is fucking hard. Right. I mean, Premiere not hard. After Effects, that's fucking hard. That's taken me a long time to learn that one. Fucking that is different. Yeah.
Right.
But that is like if you want to make Lord of the Rings, you use After Effects. You know? Yeah. But if you want to just edit, chop, and quickly bang out, get something out really quickly, as Premiere. You know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So. All right then, guys. Well, I'm gonna head off.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off as well, mate, in a second as well.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks very much. We'll chat about this more. There's no point. It's one of those things. It's no point talking about it. You just got to
have
do it.
Yeah, and
Just got to do it.
jump in 2 feet, balls deep, and let's get on with it. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, no, that's cool, man. Thank you so much. Awesome editing tips. To be honest, Mormon, I think if you get stuck at there's so many like tutorials on YouTube, you know, like depending on what you're trying to learn, or like I used to struggle with Joe when you go to render and you have to save it in a certain file for it to work, and I always used to get stuck on that. So now I've just done it as a preset, so it automatically does it for me now. So
Yeah.
it's so it's like it's really good. Like, so if you do get stuck, guys, just go on YouTube and just have a nosy round on there. You know, type in whatever you need to know, and it'll pretty much it'll do it for you. Like, you know, and just watch normally 5 minute clip or something, 3 to 5 minute clip. Do you know what I mean? But it'll help. Do you know what I mean? And if you do get stuck, I'm sure you can get hold of Matt or you can get hold of me. And if I'm not too sure, well, you're fucked. If it's Sony Vegas, I can sort of help you. But match you, man, if you're getting stuck with a Premiere.
Yeah, I mean, I've fought with a lot of problems, you know, that are weird glitches that, you know, on Premiere, you know, you do get them, but
Oh yeah.
there's usually a way around it. I mean, I've worked like for 2 days on a project, and then it starts glitching and it won't play, and I can't save it, and I can't transfer it, and I can't do anything. So what I've had to do is I've had to take it out like 10 minutes to a file, and the next 10 minutes to a file, then the next 10 minutes to a file, then the next 10 minutes to a file, and then I put them all back together and then render that. And it's like fucking all sorts of like weird glitchy problems, and it's like, but you get them in all software. Final Cut Pro, you know, and Premiere, they're very, very neck and neck. But Final Cut Pro is weirder to use than Premiere. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Matt, thank you very much for joining me.
Okay.
Very much appreciated. I'm going to say good night and God bless. And
Yeah, night, everybody, and fingers crossed. You know, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be definitely looking into it tomorrow properly, like with Premiere anyway, because that just seems so much easier, mate. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I may have to show you how to install Media Encoder, because you probably got Premiere, but you may not have a Media Encoder, and you need that for the proxies. But once that's installed,
Yeah.
then it's plain sailing. You know, I mean, yeah, it's very quick.
All right then. So
okay, all the best then.
Thank
Catch you later, folks. Yeah.
Catch
Who's
you
got
later,
beef curtains? Who's got beef curtains? Right. Bye. I'm not going to have an answer to that, but
No,
maybe it's
I
best.
wouldn't either.
No.
All
I'll
right,
leave that for the professionals, beef curtains. Yeah. Bye.
Right. So, cheers, Daniel. Very much appreciated, buddy. Thank you so much. I don't know where Daniel is. Yeah, no, that's cool. Thank you. But yeah, thank you to everybody that's been in tonight anyway. Hopefully we've all learned something new there, you know, even you know, thumbnails and different editing software. Like, I know Premiere looks really complicated, but it really isn't complicated. Well, it doesn't look it anyway. But I know it is. I've looked at it before and I've just like gone, you know, head's been a bit messed with it, like, so. Yeah, it's definitely learned something new there, like, so I think I'm going to be looking into the thumbnails, I think, a lot more now. Now I've learned it anyway. So yeah, guys, it's been amazing, like, you know. And you know, thank you to everybody that's joined tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. It is getting on a bit now. It's nearly 4:15 in the morning. So I'm yawning my tits off. I've been yawning all bloody night. So Dinkum, well, hey, what a guy. Taffy, you're a good lad. I think you need to grow a beard, but not so much. Oh, mate. I shaved it off, mate, because it was doing me head in. It was more when we went in the mine and stuff like that. It just proper did my Swede in, like, not long now, and you'll be editing like a pro. Yeah, well, this is it. Like, you know, people have told me in the past, you know, that I need to, you know, edit on that, and I need to do that, and you know, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, yeah, and just like not taking any notice at all. But serious, like, I need to get over onto Premiere. I do need to do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to. So sorry, guys, for yawning. You know, I'm not going to be able to move forward and get my editing stuff, like, you know, proper, like, on it, like, you know. I need to find my own little style, and I haven't really got an editing style, you know. But I just keep it plain Jane, and I think that, you know, that's what you guys want to see. That's what I think you want to see. But, you know, it's everyone's got their own editing style, you know, and like, you know, then you do like things like that, and it's like onwards and upwards. Yeah, that's it. More, man. Thank you. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Right, I did just say thank you to Daniel for the nice little donation there. So thank you so much. It means so much. Like, you know, it'll get put towards something else. So like all my money at the minute, I seem to be putting into moving and stuff like that. I don't know when I'm moving. I don't even know where I'm moving to. I know that I'm moving down to Oxfordshire, but that's it. I don't know whereabouts or what because I don't actually know yet. So hopefully I can start. Well, but I found another PC that I really want. So it's half the price I paid for this. So it's like nearly 300 quid. So any donations are going to be put towards that. Like, so thank you. And yeah, good night and God bless. And thank you to all my moderators. You know, you're all absolutely fucking fantastic as always. You know, and everyone that's like commented and shared, it means a lot to me, like a lot, you know. And I've got part 1 tomorrow of 5 Ways Tower with Secret Vault. Please come and watch that because literally we walked straight past security on that one. So it is a little bit dark in some of it. So guys, just please bear with that as well. That's at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And then I might do a live stream after that. You know what I mean? So, but let's just see what happens tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, when I get up, I'm gonna get on to Premiere. Thinking, 100 that. Oh, all right. History Hunter. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's like awesome, man. Thank you. You need to just say, oh yeah, no, thank you. For the donation, man. Yeah, I didn't realize either. It's like I've got so many new people in here tonight. You know, so it says part 2. Sometime. No, that's the week later. That is, buddy. I'm pretty fucking sure that's the week later. Unless I've done it for the same time, which then I've been a fit cunt. Let's have a look. Yeah, 8th and the 15th. Yeah, so one's tomorrow. Well, yeah, today, and then one's on the 15th, which is yeah, I've got it here now. I've got it right in front of me now. So yeah, the 8th and the 15th. So it was fucking ace. Like, it was well smart, especially when we hit the roof and that. So no, it's cool. NHT, don't worry, mate. Yeah, it should be the same. But yeah, it's cool, man. What are you laughing at, Mel? Oh, funny. But yeah, anyway, right, I am going to love you all and leave you all. Thank you all very much for joining. Hopefully I'll see you all in my premiere tomorrow. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we'll have a good time tomorrow night, and let's see what happens. So anyway, I'm fucking off because I'm getting tired. I need to get my tablets and I'm going to go to bed. So I will see you all very, very soon, guys. Good night. God bless.